San Antonio's Sports Center.
It has been a rough week for celebrities this week, and some sad news to report today. WWE superstar, six-time champion, and one of pop culture's most recognizable figures, Hulk Hogan, has passed away at the age of 71. New York Jets quarterback Justin Fields suffered a toe injury in camp today. He was carted off the field. It is being reported as a dislocated toe. Cowboys play the Jets on October the 5th.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is Thursday, and we are at a place that I love to be, Retama Park. That's where we are coming from live. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And oh my goodness, I love coming out to this place. I don't come out here enough.
Well, and I think we say that every time. And even when we're out here not working, just enjoying either simulcast or live racing, you say that. And again, it's one of those weekends where this is racing's biggest weekend at Retama Park. They've got so much going on. Friday night, their summer showdown, 7 stakes races. Saturday night, the Retama Park Derby, and a $650,000 TQHA futurity race. So, there's this big horse sale going on this weekend. Like tomorrow morning, you can go to Freeman and watch a horse sale. It's free. You can go. Last year, the horses that are running Saturday night were bought at the race sale.
Very cool. So
Yeah.
you go buy a horse on Saturday.
Yep.
And next year you can race it.
Or Friday. And then the race
Friday.
is Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a year
much.
from now.
A year from now.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. And it can do other things in between now and then, obviously, but fun times.
If I'm buying a quarter horse, it's not doing anything. It's just going to be very well treated, grow up, be nice, and get ready for a race. Because if I'm buying a quarter horse, it better win.
Well, that's it.
Or it's a glue factory for that dude.
I mean, 650,000, but you got to race it a couple times to get ready.
I got you.
It will race.
Right.
You're not buying that for the grandkid, I hear?
No, I won't be doing that. No, absolutely not. No, no. But that would be kind of cool. But, a lot of work goes into raising those horses and making sure that they're right and training them properly and all of that stuff. You don't just buy a horse and bring it out here. It's a lot of work.
It is.
Well, not cheap.
And again, I've got a friend who is a blood stock agent, which means he buys horses. Everything that goes into owning a racehorse is pretty incredible. Me, I don't want that part of it. I want to come out here, walk up to the window, place my bet, and hopefully win some money.
Absolutely.
And drink some beer while I'm here.
No question about that. I mean, there's this place is just it's so cool to come to because, well, like the club we're in opens up a little bit later today, but there's already people down betting on the simulcast races, and they've got live racing coming up later. But it's perfect. You can have a drink, you can have some food. There's TVs all over the place, and it's a great place.
Well, and that's it. The bar we're in called Clubhouse 95. There are TVs everywhere, and it's a sports bar.
Yeah.
And right now it's weird because it doesn't open until 4 and it's 2:04 and we're the only ones here. And I'm trying to decide if I can go pour my own drink or not. Would they notice?
I don't know. They don't lock that stuff up, do they?
It appears to be available for us to go pour our own.
Yeah, I don't see anybody around.
I mean,
why don't you go get us a couple minutes?
I know there's cameras.
Well, you can leave money on the bar. It's fine. Not like you're stealing.
But are they watching?
I'm sure they are.
Well, right now I just need water. But
exactly.
We'll go from there. I imagine when we get off at 6, there'll be somebody there that can pour us a good cold drink. And tonight's another day this week where you want to get a nice drink and pour one out for a legend.
I tell you what, man. You hear the news. It's been a rough week for celebrities, and then it top it off today with Hulk Hogan. My goodness, you hear that and you're going, man, it seemed like I just saw that dude not too long ago doing a bunch of stuff, political stuff. But he's like, man, you never know. You just never know.
Well, in 71, apparently had a heart attack.
Yeah.
And there's so many things. I mean, because growing, I'm not the biggest wrestling fan. I was until my 10th birthday. And on my 10th birthday, when I learned wrestling was fake, I just wasn't into it anymore. But the Hulkster is one that transcended all of that. Just such an icon. It's a gut punch.
Dude, I think for WWE, I mean, look, there have been a lot of stars, and you could maybe put The Rock in this category, but Hulk Hogan made that league. He made WWE. I think the McMahons owe him a ton. He was the first guy that everybody kind of gravitated to, and just the biggest star that I had ever seen in WWE.
You know, and again, not being the biggest wrestling guy, when I was, up until my 10th birthday, when I saw the Von Erichs taking on the Freebirds and at Fort Hood, I was in the front row and a razor blade ended up at my feet. And that's when I was like, well, this sucks. Because I'll never forget the one Freebird dude with the long hair had Kerry Von Erich in a headlock and was beating him and beating him and beating him. And there was blood everywhere. And then Kerry gets up and goes against the ropes, and all of a sudden, you see him throw that razor blade down, and it landed down by my feet. And then he went on to kick the Freebird's ass, and I was like, I didn't care because, Kerry Von Erich was, the Von Erichs, right? The claw, all of that.
You got to appreciate the theater of it,
I didn't give
man.
a damn about the theater. I was a 10-year-old kid. It was my birthday, and I realized that was fake.
Well, everybody realizes that at some point in time, but then you go with it. And look, I
never look, Santa is Santa. Wrestling, I just was out of the wrestling since then.
Dude, you missed out. I'm telling you.
I know.
I'm a huge wrestling fan, professional wrestling. I love it. I love the theater of it. And I just everything about it, man. I was involved with it for 2 years. River City Wrestling, local.
I thought it was Rheinegel City Wrestling.
Well, it was, and then he took it back.
The name.
No, I changed it, and then he won it back.
Yeah,
it was so cool, man. Because I started out as a nice guy in the crowd, raising my, and then I turned on him. I turned into a heel.
Yeah,
and it was more fun to play the bad guy than it was to play a good guy.
Well, I can imagine. I mean, I remember one time in the media business. I was backstage because that's what it was. I can't call it a locker room because it is theater.
It is.
And I'll never forget, Iceman King Parsons had this great battle with Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah.
I thought they hated each other. In the back room, they were playing rummy. Right. And I could, it's just, I just, but you look at the Hulk, Ric Flair, there are some that just kind of try, but I agree, man. Hulk Hogan, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is, and even as an adult, you get a chance to meet them. They're incredible people just to talk with.
Incredible.
I mean, I've had very few conversations with Hulk Hogan, but all of them, when he's not on, just talking with them, he's incredible.
Unbelievable guy. I loved him in Rocky III, man. That was that movie was great, and he played that perfect. He's going to be missed. I'll tell you what, he was just bigger than life character. Now the Chuck Van Show just tweeted you and me both and said Chuck Mangione died today as well. You remember Chuck Mangione?
I hate to say, Google image. Tell me, I should know that name. It's familiar.
Well, he plays. I guess that's a bugle or a trumpet or whatever
jazz musician, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a real famous song. I can't recall the tune of it. Obviously, not as big as the Hulkster, but Chuck Mangione.
Downplay the guy the day he died.
I'm not downplaying. He lived 13 years longer than the Hulk.
I mean, you look at that, man. Sorry, Chuck, man. You died the day Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
nobody's going to talk about.
Sorry, dude. Well, we just did, and that's probably.
Well, so here's the thing. Celebrities always seem to die in threes.
Yeah.
Right. I was talking with our boss earlier today. His name happens to be Dax Davis.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, that's three. And he was like, who's the first? And I said, Malcolm Jamal Warner. And he was like, does that count? And I was like, well, what do you mean, does that count? He's a celebrity. And he was like, yeah, but you had Ozzy Osbourne and now Hulk Hogan, HH. He says the third one has to have first and last name starting with the same initials. And I said, like Dax Davis. And he said, don't say that. But I mean, and even Chuck doesn't fit that category.
No,
but
he doesn't.
But that would be four.
Well, that would be. So, it's hell to get older yourself because all the people that you grew up watching and kind of were the entertainers that you followed, and they're all dying.
Well, and I mean, and you're closer to it than I am.
Well, thanks, buddy.
But when
I don't have a double. I'm a JR, not a JJ.
I'm just saying. I mean, better watch out for your older brother, Randy.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. but when you look at it, I mean, Chuck Mangione is 84. All right, man, you've had a great run. Hulk Hogan, 71. You've had a great run. Ozzy, 76. I mean, but Malcolm Jamal Warner was 54.
Yeah, he was.
Right? I mean, I'm 52.
Tragic. Just a tragic accident in there. And they're bringing up on our YouTube page Jerry Jones.
Don't say that out loud.
Just say it.
Don't say that.
Jerry Jones.
Don't.
I hope not either. I mean,
but again, that would fall right in line. I was thinking that, didn't want to put that out in the universe.
Well, it's out there on the universe on our YouTube page.
Of course it is.
At San Antonio Sports Star. That's how you find
Chuck
us on YouTube.
Was so famous, he died on Tuesday.
Oh,
it's just now making the news.
Well, I can't think of the tune of that song. I'm going to have to find it, though. I got it in my head rolling around, and I'm not sure if that's right or not. So,
well, somebody send it to us at Joe Reinagle 2-0. Tweet at me at Jason Menix.
It's a catchy tune.
Sure. I mean, it's going to be one of the. I mean, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but I hear the name and I like one of those that sounds familiar, but how do you place it, right? And again, you look at go live your life. I say it all the time. There's something you want to do, go do it. All of that is in play. And then you get other artists that are still outperforming. Announced today, big show, Paul McCartney coming to the Alamo Dome October 25th.
Dude, that guy's got to be 80-something.
Probably, yeah.
Right?
I mean, the Google box could tell you that.
I'm sure I'm not interested. I saw Paul McCartney once, and I vowed never to see him again.
All right. See, now, because I can't wait. One, it works perfect. It's a Saturday night at the Alamo Dome.
Uh-huh.
I'll be able to go.
Good.
You walked out of a Paul McCartney show.
Yeah.
20-something years ago in Las Vegas.
Yes.
You didn't want to be there. You got free tickets, but you'd rather be gambling.
No, I was excited to be there.
You weren't excited to be there.
Because we got an offer. The casino host at that time said, hey, do you guys want to go see Paul McCartney? And I said, well, sure. So, we got the tickets. We went down. I don't even remember what hotel it was. But sitting down, got a drink. We're all ready to go. And then all these girls with these banners start flying and, fluffing around.
Fluffing.
Yeah, it was like this goofy music.
I don't think there are fluffers at a Paul McCartney show.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I mean, can the guy play some Beatles music or what was the band he was in?
What was it? The Beatles. You've heard of them.
Yeah, but there's another one he was in,
Wings?
too. Wings. Maybe that's why they were winging around and doing all that stuff.
You sound like you were at Cirque du Soleil.
Why? Exactly. That's what I thought.
Well, it was probably a Cirque du Soleil show. I don't know. When you're at Caesars, that's what happened.
No, it was Paul McCartney. That was what was on the ticket. He comes out and starts singing a song I never heard of. And I'm going, I'm gone. I'm leaving. Done. Now, hopefully he's changed his show since.
Oh, yeah.
And it's better.
Because Paul McCartney has no idea what he's doing, according to Joe Reinagle.
Well, not on that show. And so you guys have fun on Saturday night.
I mean, it's in October. I got plenty of time to get ready for this.
To change your mind.
And, I have a friend of mine from Memphis.
Well, that's great.
Text me and call me this morning. He wants to fly in for this thing. So I might be stuck going.
Yeah,
although I want to go. I mean, he's a legend.
Dude, I know. That's why I wanted to go.
Well, that's why you should probably give him another chance.
I'm not doing
it. At 82... 83, he's 83. Are you going to get another chance?
Well, because dude, I've seen him. I don't have to I'm not with yours with the Tom Petty guy. I mean, you regret that and you regret it the rest of your life. I saw Paul McCartney.
Yeah, but you didn't have a great experience.
It was a horrible experience.
And Fred Villarreal asking on YouTube, are you sure it was Paul McCartney that you saw?
Well, yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I know what Paul McCartney looks like. Yeah.
I mean, look, there's a guy that plays over at an Italian restaurant not far from your house that you thought was Rod Stewart. So I mean,
just like Rod Stewart.
In Vegas, I'm trying to think. You 20 some odd years ago, unless he had Dan Cook's connection, probably weren't getting the best hookups from the casino host. It's possible at your level 20 some odd years ago that you got a Paul McCartney imitation show.
No, actually, then it was better than it is now. So, dude, I was like row 10. I was right there. I mean, boom. It was perfect. It was Paul McCartney. I know it was. And I'm just saying, I didn't want to see a bunch of women flying around with That's
the only time you've ever said that.
Well, it depends. It depends on why they're flying around and doing so. My brother and I looked at each other going like, what the hell's going on?
So you were there with your brother?
Yeah.
Not the wife?
And others. Well, others, yeah.
So you left them and you guys went and gambled.
No, we all left. Everybody left. Now, I don't remember if the ladies were happy about it, but it was like, we're leaving.
Well, see, that's why I don't like shows in Vegas. I can't tell you how many things I've bought tickets for or gotten tickets to that I've blown off because I wasn't getting up from the blackjack table, which have led to many fights with the wife because they were all things that she wanted to do that I reluctantly agreed to and then pissed her off when said I'm not going.
Well, if you're on a heater, you can't leave.
Well, see, that's it.
You just can't leave.
Exactly.
So that's the way that it goes. Hey, we are live. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star at Retama Park. You need to come on out here. They got a big weekend of live horse racing out here, and you don't want to miss it. Tomorrow, the Summer Showdown, 7 incredible stakes races. Saturday's the Retama Park Derby, and it's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't been out to Retama Park lately, you need to get out here and see what's going on. It is a great place, and it's right here in our own backyard. When we come back, Cowboys going through day 3 of their camp, and CeeDee Lamb sounds very confident. Maybe even cocky, some might say. We'll hear from CD when we return from Retama Park on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me talk to you, though, about the Golf Club of Texas. If you haven't been out there for a while, you need to get out there because you wouldn't recognize the place. All the stuff that they have done, the improvements that they have made, the money that they have put into that golf course is just incredible. It is a great place to play golf. Fun golf course, too. It really is. It's a challenge, but it's fair, and I love that kind of golf course. It is just awesome. Get on out there. Make your tee time. If you can't play this weekend, look, they're open 7 days a week, so it doesn't matter. Take a day off and get out there and play. The best thing to do is go to golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. That's where you can always find the best rates. You go out there, but leave yourself plenty of time when you go out there. You can hit some balls at the driving range, but you got to take advantage of the 10 Cup Bar and Grill. Go in there, get yourself some food, some beer, some drinks, whatever you want, and then save some time when you get done. You got to go back in there and do the same thing. It is a great place, and let me tell you something, it does not break the bank. It's a very reasonable place, and everything is at first class. Golf Club of Texas, you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether you're headed out there for dinner at the 10 Cup or around with your buddies, maybe you want to have your next tournament out there, I recommend that. Go check them out. Again, golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive, Saturday, August 2nd from 11 till 1 p.m. or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-aged children while supplies last, so don't be late. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by North Park Toyota, Centromed, Romo Door Supply, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Lion and Rose at the Dominion, your daily happy hour spot from 3 till 7 p.m. 250 drafts, wine, wells, and bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Lion and Rose at 23330 West I-10.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with a Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team, we can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox Disinfecting Wipes, teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
Kohl's friends and family, listen up, because this one's for you. Right now, you can take an extra 20% off during the Friends and Family sale. Save on summer must-haves for your home, comfy everyday outfits for your family, smart favorites for back to school, and so much more. Yep, it's your time to save. Shop Kohl's Friends and Family sale today. Select styles. Offer ends July 27th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Guys, it's summertime. Carbox got you covered with summertime beers. Whether it's the Love Street Blonde Kolsch Ale, the Rhubarb, which is their latest Fun Series beer, or a Ziegenbach, Crawford Bach, whatever you're looking for, there's something for everybody's taste in Carbox lineup. Check them out at all your local stores.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
That is a great Thursday because we're live out of Retama Park today. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix is here. James Pledger back in his glass box of fun at the studio, punching all the buttons and doing all of that kind of stuff. Great place to be out here. But I got to tell this story, Jason. Jason and I go to Hooters out here in Selma for lunch today.
Okay.
And, it's kind of I don't go to Hooters as much as I used to go there. I used to be a regular at Hooters on Fredericksburg Road.
Well, right down from the TV station.
Exactly.
Yes.
But so we decided Hooters, it's a solid lunch place.
Right across from Otama Park.
Right across. So it's convenient and all that kind of stuff. And, well, we sit down and the server comes over. And it's like, oh, my goodness. I'm like, damn.
Now
the girl's probably, 20 years old.
Probably maybe a little older than that.
All right, maybe so.
But all we could think was she's working the lunch shift.
Yeah. Which was surprising.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, certainly for the she was top of the medal stand. I mean, she had all the assets needed to have that job.
I think I mentioned pretty close to a 10.
I mean, when you think about, how do you say this? The image of a Hooters girl, especially when they were first starting. And now there's all kinds of restaurants in that category. So that makes it a lot more difficult on the hiring process. And her name was Ellie.
She had a long name, but I don't know. It was a long name, but she goes by Ellie.
Let's just say Joe spent a lot of time looking at her name tag to try to figure out how to actually say her name, let alone spell it.
Right.
Although she did a good job of making sure that the name tag was visible.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
But here's where it gets a little, and maybe this is, it's Hooters, right? People are going to say, well, dude, it's Hooters.
Yeah.
The service was less than spectacular. And it was kind of a bubblehead.
Well,
I mean, it's just, to put it bluntly. I mean, I thought of Cliff Kingsbury, right? At some point in time, you got to have a conversation.
Yeah, and he said that about dating Jessica Simpson. and look, she got her order right, but our food came, but there were no silverware, and what Joe ordered needed a fork and a knife.
It did,
because neither one of us got wings, and twice she came back and forgot the fork. Once she just brought a knife.
Now, it's a minor complaint, I know.
He's still over tipped.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it wasn't because of service.
No, it was not. But I tell you what, the Selma Hooters at lunchtime, solid.
Yes.
If you can overlook a few things and just look at a few things,
yes.
You're fine.
You didn't overlook anything.
Well, I don't think I did. Very, very, very shiny.
Well, I mean, whether she was walking away or walking up, there was, again, what you imagine for a Hooters girl. I mean, this one could be in the calendar.
No, I'm telling no question.
Literally, this one could be in the calendar. She might have been the hottest Hooters chick we've ever seen.
I agree. I totally agree. Very, very, very shiny.
And that goes back to
person.
some that we know actually made the calendar. Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I mean, you go way back. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it was very personal, very nice, very all of that, just a little forgetful. Although, because I bought lunch yesterday, Joe was buying today, and Joe hands her the credit card, and she puts it right in her chest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You ever smelled a credit card after it comes back?
I have not. But
well, I haven't either. I didn't
yes,
do
you
it
did.
I'm just saying.
So CD Lamb is extremely confident.
Yes, CD.
As training camp is beginning. Same confidence as our server. You walk around knowing you are great at what it is you're doing. And he's that way. I mean, what I appreciated about things that CD said, look, wide receivers are confident dudes. They got to be. But I liked when he started talking about what it was like missing camp last year and admitting it did affect his play.
At first, I didn't. I didn't believe it, but obviously I was a little oblivious to the truth. I will be honest. It's just I can be as strong, as fast, as explosive as I want to be, but if I can't control it to where Dak understands how explosive or how in and out my breaks I can be, I think I did that essentially just for me, and it's not never just for me. I have to do things to his tailoring, essentially, just making sure that he's enjoying, he's seeing the right things, he's seeing my breaks, it's defined routes, it's small things, man. It's critiquing myself, not slipping on some of the routes, just having my foot right, things of that nature. So like just being available for my team and being here, being able to lead, being able to tell guys right from wrong, things of that nature. Like I feel like the small things that I could have done last year, obviously not being here because of my situation, but that's neither here nor there. I got it done. I'm happy to be here. I'm able to lead my troops again. It's good.
And what he's saying is absolutely correct. He said it in a little different way, but timing between the quarterback and the wide receiver, even though they've played together for a few years, you still got to get that timing back down. And obviously, at least at the beginning of the season, that was lacking a little bit with both of those guys.
Well, and again, you kind of go back to what Cincinnati said. They want Joe Burrow to play some in the preseason because they've got to get that timing. You know, was it Tom Brady that used to talk about September regular season games as they looked at that as kind of preseason games because they were still working on things. But you look at the addition of a Pickens and Jake Ferguson, if he can get back to the level we expect, whether it's Mingo or Tolbert and CeeDee Lamb, and CeeDee even said, and I know it's cocky, but the league should be scared to death of what this Cowboys offense can do.
I feel like the league knows what happens when I'm healthy and I have Dak for a whole season. But if you don't, I will happily show you what it's going to be like this year. Honestly, I'm a dominant receiver. I don't like to speak highly of myself, but I can't wait to show you guys.
I don't like to, but I will.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I like cocky, confident, football players. There's nothing wrong with that. Bring it on every single day, and he sounds fantastic. So let's hope that they do. He's there. They're getting that timing down, and all of it is good. We're live at Retama Park right now, and a very special guest expected to join us here at sometime in the next few minutes or so. The head coach of your UTSA Roadrunners, Jeff Traylor. Media days for the American Conference. And we're going to talk with head coach Jeff Traylor coming up here on the Blitz, live from Retama Park. Having a great time. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, Dallas Cowboy training camp continues. We're almost there, but Micah, will he be there when we get there?
And a weekend full of sports and fights and fun to preview. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Kathy, what is the name of the couple?
It was Mark and Sheila.
Speech impediment Terrence. Please put together a quick marriage announcement for Mark and Sheila.
Oh, my gosh.
Mark and Sheila. Don't be getting married.
Terrence, calm down.
Amen.
Amen.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hello, Connecticut. May I help you?
This is Bill Tyson. Is this my Connecticut Pro?
Yes, Mr. Tyson. What can I do for you?
Calling from Yellowstone National Park. Old Faithful just erupted and reminded me I didn't set the vacation bypass in my Connecticut water conditioner. Would you run over to my house and set it? I've hidden the key under my doormat.
Well,
I forgot to set the bypass last year. I had that other brand, and the software used up 4,000 pounds of salt in a week.
Mr. Tyson, relax. With your new Connecticut, there is no vacation cycle or any worries about salt. If you don't use any water, your Connecticut won't either. We not only believe in saving salt, but also in saving water.
Would you go over and unplug it then? I'm trying to conserve electricity.
You forget that your Connecticut doesn't use electricity either. There's nothing to plug in. And don't forget that your Connecticut is also completely automatic.
I mean, I can relax and enjoy my whole vacation?
That's right.
This is great. I've got Old Faithful here at Yellowstone and an Old Faithful in my Connecticut water conditioner at home.
The last water softener you'll ever own. ConnecticutSA.com.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
It's Jason and Joe from the Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend.
The Blitz will be live at Circa August 21st and 22nd, and then we're staying for the weekend. Come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor and Circa Million are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas.
Details and discounted rooms with promo code BLITZ available online at sasportstar.com.
Let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's your city and your budget. Meet us in your neighborhood for a town hall meeting in August to learn about the proposed budget. Find the dates and locations at sa.gov/budget or call 311. See you there.
Live from Matamba Park, this is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix is here. James Pledger back in the studio. And I tell you what, I love being out here at Matamba Park. You know, it's right here in our own backyard. And I think all of us, no matter what it is, you kind of forget some of the cool stuff we have that's right here in our own city.
Well, and this is a great weekend to be out here for live racing. You don't want to miss the action. One of their biggest weekends at Retama Park, the Summer Showdown on Friday night. On Saturday night, they call it the Retama Park Derby. The bar is always here. Simulcasting is always going. They got live music on Friday nights. Just always a lot of fun. But this weekend is a huge, huge, huge live racing weekend out at Retama Park.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun out here, and it will be hopping out here this weekend as well. So make some plans. Come on out here and have some fun at Retama Park. UTSA head coach Jeff Traylor is scheduled to call us any minute. So we're waiting on Jeff Traylor as they take care of media days.
He's ready now.
So all you got to do is ask.
That's it. On the Buyers Barricades guest line, it is UTSA head football coach Jeff Traylor joining us here on the Blitz. Coach, I know you were making some rounds during the Texas High School Coaches Association, doing some media there. Media today at the media days. How do you prep for events like the Coaches Association or even today, knowing you're getting a gazillion of the same questions?
Well, luckily I've got a man named Kyle Stevens that stays in front of that. Kyle and I have worked together so long. I let him know, to kind of watch that kind of stuff and just prep me for what the questions might be. And even I like finding, other guys that have similar personalities to me that might think kind of like me. And Kyle will kind of brief me on some of their answers. Because I don't want to make a short story long, which is what I'm kind of famous for.
Well, Jeff, I don't know if you can find anybody that's like you. You're kind of one of a kind, my friend. I'm not sure there's anybody else out there like you.
Well, I think that is the greatest compliment anybody could ever give me, Joe. I appreciate that.
Well, and obviously so much about, this time of year, the excitement level of starting the season. Last year is in the rear view. A lot of high expectations on your football team coming in this year, either pick to win or finish second in the American. So, the target is on your back.
Yeah, well, that's just from the last 5 years of having good football teams. I mean, I've learned some things just by when you do these things. Kyle lets me know stuff. Like, I didn't know we had won more games in the state of Texas than any school since we've been here in 2020, which that number is 46. I didn't know, being 29-3 at the Alamo Dome was the third best in the country behind, Alabama and Ohio State. That's pretty impressive. So I think that's a lot of – now, let's be honest, that's a 5-year picture. Last year, I thought we let 3 games get away. And when you're a head coach and you lose to teams that you think you're better than, those bother you. So we've got a little bit of a bitter taste in our mouth. And I don't want, just because we finished so strong last year and we finished so hot, to cover up a season where I felt like we did not achieve what we should have achieved.
Coach, just taking a look at the landscape of college football, it seems to change so often. You've got Memphis now that it seems like they're looking to leave the American Conference, or at least that's the reports, and nobody wants them, as it turns out. I don't mean that as a shot at them. Well, maybe I do. But you got Texas State now going to the Pac-12. Do you have to prepare yourself, or do you think about that at all, that year to year things could be completely different?
I just don't know why you would waste any time doing that. I've got an AD that's what her job is. I have a president. Obviously, he leans on her. And when I need to be involved, I get involved. But the only way I can help them is by winning football games and winning championships and getting that Alamo Dome packed. And, we play A&M in less than 40 days. So I've got to keep, my focus on what I can control. And obviously, the more we win, the better we do, the better position that puts my president, my university, and my AD in.
Well, and I would imagine, though, in today's financial landscape when it comes to college football, if Memphis were to leave, that's probably better for you in the American, isn't it?
I really don't know. I really don't know. I know they're a good brand. They've won a lot of games, and they make our league better. So, if I had my choices, we'd still be in Conference USA because I know we would be winning a whole lot of games. So, not that league is bad. It's not. We just kind of had that. We were in a good spot in that league. And when we moved up in this league, you're chasing some guys in Tulane, South Florida, Memphis, Army that have been traditionally great for a long, long time. And when you're a new program and new university, obviously, going to this league, it's taking a little bit of adjusting for us, but we're getting closer and closer.
But you guys compete, Jeff, in this league with the competition. And Jason and I talk about it all the time. The American Conference, to me, is just right there on the doorstep of one of the power conferences. To me, it is the best non-power conference in the country. Would you agree with that?
Well, we've got to go prove it on the football field. And we've got a great opportunity to do that. We play a very good team, obviously, in A&M, but they're not in the conversation of what you just asked me. But then we've got Texas State, who's from the Sun Belt, going to the Pac. And then we've got, a really good UIW team who won 11 games last year. But then we go to Colorado State up there. So we've got a real chance to speak for our conference in those first 4 games. And I think it's very important that we prove that during football season, not just some head coach on here running his mouth during talking season.
Jeff Traylor joining us here on the Blitz. It is talking season. Soon you're on the practice field, and then obviously you have that first game coming up August 30th at Texas A&M. But as you start camp here next week, the fact that you have your quarterback back in Owen McCown, and I heard Eric Morris say a couple of days ago, now the head coach at North Texas, he lost his quarterback, the Morris kid, made 3 times the money North Texas could pay him by going to Virginia. Just knowing you're going in with a quarterback that wants to be here, that could have left for more money, how comforting is that knowing you've got your guy, a relationship with, that understands what you want to get accomplished?
Well, it's the most important position on the field, and not just because he's the one that has the ball every play, but his leadership. I think he's also the reason Houston Thomas stayed, Patrick Overmeyer stayed, Devin McEwen stayed, David Amador stayed, Robert Henry stayed, Kamar Missouri stayed, Jay Garth stayed, Corey Godnett, Vinley Toofer. I mean, we had a lot of guys that had the opportunity to leave. And obviously, y'all know we don't have that kind of pocketbooks to pay to compete with those P4s that we're trying to get them. So I think he has not just an effect on the quarterback position. I think he has an effect on Owen Pee Wee, who stayed, who could have gone and played some other places in the country. So, yes, we're thrilled to have him, but not just because of the on-the-field stuff. In this new modern world, he also is our lead recruiter in keeping our team.
Well, it's a good thing.
Well, you're paying him. Might as well get as much use out of him as you can.
Absolutely. Jeff, do you still struggle? First of all, let me ask a question this way. The revenue share was approved. Are you happy about that? And I know you guys can't raise the money that some of the other schools can, but is that a start in your mind to maybe getting some guardrails around this whole thing?
It just depends on what that's going to look like outside of that. Like, what kind of power is Deloitte really going to have? Are they really going to be able to stop the crazy numbers just given away for somebody making one appearance to do one commercial? If they can get that under control, yes. If no, then it's just going to be the universities on the hook for paying these players. Plus, it's going to be whoever's boosters spend the most to buy the best roster. And then I think we're right back to square one again. So I think the piece we're all trying to figure out is Congress going to get involved? And if they don't, how much power is Deloitte really going to have to enforce real NIL deals and not pay-for-play?
Well, and for those that aren't doing it the right way, what's the enforcement level like? Because right now it doesn't feel like, the NCAA has the teeth to really do anything. So, what are the actual penalties and can it be enforced?
And let's just say Deloitte does a great job of enforcing it. Then does it go back to the old days where the deals are done under the table?
You kind of miss those days.
I kind of miss those days, Coach.
At least we were just talking about it. We didn't know it for real. You know what I mean? Now we all know.
I mean, it's funny because you joke about it and people say we miss those days and rumors and stories, and we never knew what was really true and how much was truly a $100 handshake or whatever. But even now, you hear numbers that are thrown about, and you don't even know how factual those numbers are that are reported, whether it's a $50 million roster, a $20 million roster, or whatever. Nobody really knows because there's no actual reporting of it.
I personally believe a lot of those numbers are tremendously embellished because look who benefits from that. Agents benefit from that. The more they can drive up the numbers, the more cut they're getting. The more stories are written, the more clicks people are getting. So the guys writing the stories and the guys that are providing the information, I have a feeling both parties might be slightly embellishing some of those numbers.
Well, you talk about embellished numbers. When you coaches are together, how does it go about assigning the value of a position group? Like quarterbacks make this, wide receivers make this, left tackles make this, guards make that. Is there amongst the coaches and those that are actually having to write checks in today's world, are kind of like in the NFL, how much value is put on a position or position group?
Yeah, I would imagine we're all doing the same thing. None of us are being honest with each other either. So we can't, we're not going to want to tell our opponents what our numbers are. Some of us might be lowballing. Some of us might be exaggerating. It depends on the audience you're speaking to at the time. Because why would you want people to know what your exact number is? Because the other teams, their boosters and their president are going to want to beat them, so they're going to go higher. So, here's where I would say that's what's so great about percentages. When you work off the percentages, you know what the percentage is. So I know what my real number is, right? And obviously, I'm not at liberty to share what I want to share that, but I know what my number is. So my quarterback room is going to work off the exact same percentage of an NFL quarterback's room. Our left tackle, our right tackle, our edge rusher, our corner, our lead receiver, all that is going to work off of the exact percentage the National Football League uses. So, the decimal points are obviously different because our decimal spot is not the same spot as Texas Tech. But the percentage we work off is the exact same. And Joey and I are so close. I know him and I do it the exact same way. And I would imagine other teams do. And luckily, I've got, my son's in the league and been in the league for a while. So I can verify to make sure our numbers are all matching up.
All right, Jeff, I want to ask you this question. You answer it however you want to. With the new revenue share that's out there, and I realize the position UTSA is in and where you guys are, but do you feel confident you're going to get the amount of money that you feel like you need to make sure that your players are happy and staying here?
You know, I'm not for sure what that number is in our league. I'm not. I know we had enough this year to hold this team together. It's going to need to be significantly more for us to stay competitive in this league. But for this year, we had enough to hold this team together.
Jeff Traylor, UTSA head football coach, joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. You go into the.
Can I add this real quick? I will brag. I know that on July 1st, every single player on our roster that was supposed to got paid the number we submitted, and they were paid on time. July 1st, they all got their checks. That was a tremendous accomplishment done by a lot of people. I'm very grateful for Mike Giglio, my general manager. We had a lot of help from the other side of the building, GM in compliance, general counsel under President Amy on the other side of the campus, Dr. Campos. There was just a lot of people, Andrew Acosta, that just put in a lot of hours to make sure our guys got their checks on July the 1st. So I do want to brag about us getting it done this year. Now, it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of fundraising. Coach Trutter's got to win some ball games. We got to get the Alamo back to make sure we make budget for what I'm going to be asking for next year, because it's going to be substantially more next year.
So those listening right now, that first home game against Texas State, is they want to go set the attendance record. There's a lot of reasons why, and it's just not to boast that they set a record. They need those ticket dollars. Coach, hell of an offseason for you, the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, and going into the High School Coaches Association Hall of Honor. Did you get some vacation, some fun time this offseason?
I did. When my kids were dead the week of July 4th, I've never been to Seaside before, and my wife rented a really big house, and all my kids got to come home, and I say home to Seaside, and I'd never been, but it was just a wonderful, wonderful week. My staff did a great job of taking care of me. I might have got 3 calls that week, but I was terrified because that was the week my kids were supposed to get paid, and I just knew they weren't going to get paid on time. And every one of them got their text. And probably of my kids, I'm going to say half of them text me and just said, thanks, Coach. We know how hard you work. We know how much you fundraise, and we're grateful for the money. And that made me feel good that my kids were grateful for the money we got them.
You know, Jeff, and it brings up something else. And look, I'm not blowing smoke here, but you're pretty good at relationships with your players. How important is that still? Is that still a very important part of your job?
It's the only part. It's what keeps me doing it. It's the reason I go to work. It is. I've said this a million times. I know y'all get tired of all my corny quotes. The adults drive me nuts. The children are still the greatest. They're the best. And it's always the adults. And not all of them. Obviously, Joe and Jason are 2 of my favorite adults. But the adults are the pains. It's not the students. The student athletes have always been great. And it's why I still work. And when that goes away, boys, I'll go to the house and it'll be over. But as long as I still love coaching my players, me being here with Owen Pee-wee and Owen McCowan, it's just the best. Just watching those kids, how they've matured, watching them answer mental health questions a while ago. They're 2 of the most impressive kids you'll ever be around.
That is awesome. Coming to us live now from the American Media Days happening in North Carolina. Now, Coach, and I know it's above your pay grade, but I'm just curious. The American, that's how they're going to be known now. They don't want to be whatever. We're the American, say it right. And they got a new mascot. Have you seen that new Eagle mascot that they got rolling around out there? Soar.
I hadn't got to see him yet, but I do have a lot of confidence in our commissioner, Tim Pernetti. He's kind of been on the front line of a lot of things. We're the only league that has a minimum. You've got to pay your kids $10 million the first 3 years of our league, or you're out of our league. That's probably was not easy to get done, to get a bunch of presidents to agree to do that, but Tim got it done. So I know people are having fun at the expense of his renaming and rebranding, but I'm a big Tim Pernetti fan, so I'm gonna soar with the soar right now. I'm not gonna take a shot.
I am a big fan of Mr. Pernetti. We met him at the Army Navy game last year. Love what he's doing, but I'm thinking, you hired a company to come up with this. A conference with a mascot, and you got a league that's got like 4 teams called the Owls, and you're going to get an Eagle mascot.
Oh man, this reminds me. Not that I would ever mute y'all, but why I will mute the rest of the world in about 3 weeks, because I know I will be getting shot just like my man Tim's getting in about 3 weeks.
Man, I just want to see the live eagle in the Alamo Dome for the American Conference Championship game in December.
Y'all are the best, man. Y'all are absolutely the best.
Jeff, always appreciate it, man. Have fun up there at Media Days.
Congrats, Jeff, on the Hall of Fame. Well done.
Greatest honor ever. 18,000 people there in San Antonio, in our hometown. It was so special. I'm so grateful. When your peers choose you to go in something, that's pretty freaking cool. And it meant the world to me. So very grateful to D.W. Rutledge, Joe Martin, Glenn West, and that whole organization. It was awesome. Thank y'all.
Appreciate it. Jeff Traylor here on the Blitz, coming from American, the Media Days up there for the conference, and just ready. It's football time. Jeff Traylor and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
Love that guy. And I'm glad
best.
it's football season. We're going to be talking to him on a regular basis, and just love it. Looking forward to some good UTSA football this year.
Well, look, I mean, they open against A&M and then Texas State, right, as their home opener, setting the record. And look, 2 years ago, that was a tight game in the Dome. Last year, the Bobcats smoked UTSA. I don't think it's going to be that way this year, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And then you look, then they got UIW. UIW, they play in a month from yesterday.
They do.
August 23rd, week 0. They're playing on the road at Nichols, which is going to be a conference game to start for UIW.
Which is crazy.
On ESPN2, so we'll be at Circa Las Vegas watching that from the pool.
I can't wait for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. But, yeah, UIW picked to win that conference this year by the media members. So it's going to be a great football season. I cannot wait, and hopefully good things from UTSA and UIW for that matter. We're live at Retama Park. Big weekend for the folks here at Retama Park. And make your plans. You get down there, you get here tomorrow. They get the Summer Showdown, 7 stakes races tomorrow. And then Saturday's the Retama Park Derby. They got a $650,000, albeit I'm not familiar with horse racing terms, TQHA futurity race. Sounds like a big deal.
Yeah, it's the horses that are bought at the horse sale a year ago.
Okay, so yeah. I just want to know what the odds are. Just tell me that.
Well, they got a little book downstairs.
Yeah.
It's called a program.
Yeah.
All the odds are there. And you know what? Even today on this Thursday, you can go over one of those machines there or go to a window and make your bet. Even if you can't come out here Saturday, because like Saturday, we're going to be on our way to Oxnard.
I know it.
But you can get your bets in.
Well, don't tempt me.
I'm not tempting you. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying.
I realize what I'm doing here. You cannot leave here without making some kind of bet.
This is true. I mean, I'm at a place where they take legal bets. Yes. I will make a bet. Last time we were here, I think it was for the Kentucky Derby.
Well, that's it. And then you also want to get the Penn Play rewards with every wager too, because if there's a rewards card, you got to sign up for that.
Well, you have to. It reaches the different levels.
Yes,
right? Of course,
absolutely.
Where do I sign? Somebody come in here and give me a pen. I can't wait. Hey, when we come back, Sophia Cunningham was fined today for a TikTok video.
2025, man.
Man, is that incredible. We're talking about Sophia Cunningham when we return from Retama Park here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! San Antonio Sports Star is sending our boys to see the boys. How about them Cowboys? Our AA Best Bell Bottoms coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California begins Monday morning, July 28th. Sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
Looking for a place with character, cold drinks, and real Texas charm? Pull up a chair at the Lion and Rose in the Dominion. This local favorite, run by the Tharp family, serves up Southern hospitality, military pride, and seriously good food. Happy hour daily from 3 till 7 p.m. with $2.50 drafts, select wine, wells, and mimosas. Plus, tasty bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Now open at 23330 West I-10. The Lion and Rose.
Do you need to get rid of things like furniture, mattresses, tires, and appliances? San Antonio has 4 drop-off centers for residential bulky items conveniently located around the city. Open 5 days a week except holidays. Visit sarecycles.org. This service is free for solid waste customers that pay the environmental fee on their CPS energy bill, including customers that live in apartments. Visit sarecycles.org for hours, locations, and accepted materials. That's sarecycles.org.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, some sad news today. WWE superstar and 6-time champion and one of pop culture's most recognizable figures, Hulk Hogan, has passed away at the age of 71. Big scare for the New York Jets. Their quarterback, Justin Fields, carted off the field today, but it doesn't appear to be too serious. It's being reported as a dislocated toe. They play the Cowboys Week 5, October 5th.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions.
Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And we are live at Retama Park. You all know where it is, right out here off 35. It is a great place. A diamond in our own city, in our own backyard. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix is here. James Pledger back in the studio in the glass box of fun. But what a great time. Always fun to come out to Retama Park.
Yeah, it really is. And, I know it's a Thursday, and it's the second time this week that we've seen an icon pass away. And really three. I mean, if you go Malcolm Jamal Warner and then Ozzie, and today the news of Hulk Hogan.
I tell you, it always seems to happen in threes, doesn't it?
It does.
It really does. And we were talking about this the other day. Who's going to be next after Ozzy Osbourne passed, and it turns out to be Hulk Hogan. And surprising. I mean, 71 these days is not all that old. At least that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, you're closer to it. I mean,
I am. That's what I mean.
And again, I mean, 76. And I mean, by social media, recent public appearances, he seems fine. But I mean, if right now being reported as a heart attack, you never know. And, the idea that Hulk Hogan, larger than life personality, and what we think that guy is probably worth, right? I mean, he was in town not that long ago with his beer company, and all kinds of people are reposting their photos that they took with him on that beer company promotional tour that he was doing. But the video of, and again, TMZ videos out there, but, on this stretch of leaving his house, I'm just kind of struck. That dude lives like in a regular neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's not a lot of space between him and his neighbors. I mean, it looks like just like, any kind of upscale neighborhood. Obviously, not in the hood, but you would think somebody like that would have land and this massive mansion, and maybe he has a house like that, but he just lives in a neighborhood.
Just in a neighborhood. That was kind of surprising. But what I like seeing today is all the old videos that are coming out about, his WWE time and how he really put the WWE on the map as far as I'm concerned. I mean, there's been some big wrestlers before, but Hulk Hogan just kind of transcended that sport, or whatever you want to call it, and really made it, take off. He was the first just larger than life personality. And I know there's a lot of them, some on our YouTube page that didn't like his turn in politics all of a sudden, but the hell with that. Just go back to what he did and how he entertained us all. And that's what I'm going to remember.
Well, and again, when somebody passes away, there's always people that, will go negative. And sometimes I really wish when Pledge would comment on the YouTube that he would sign his name. I talk about where's the big house, and Pledge of Rights under the San Antonio Sports Star deal. Wives 1 and 2 got all that.
Wow.
And that could
Joe.
be very true.
Yes, I understand that completely.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I do. Well said, Pledge. Yes.
Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Speaking of icons that we all grew up with, and you hate to see stories like this, Hulk Hogan passes away, and on the same day, Chuck E. Cheese is getting arrested they in Tallahassee. Literally, the cops go to the Chuck E. Cheese, find the dude in the rat costume, and they arrest him in full costume and take him out in handcuffs. The kids in the background look mortified, like
terrified.
Well, what the hell is happening? I don't know if the rat has a name, but Chuck E. Cheese, in Tallahassee, Florida, got arrested.
Well, he was a bad dude.
Wow.
Stealing credit cards and fraudulent this and fraudulent that. He should have been arrested, but still, those poor kids in this shot, if you see it, there's a picture of the cops taking Chuck E. Cheese out of the Chuck E. Cheese in handcuffs. There's kids in the back. They're just like terrified. What are you doing to my Chuck E. Cheese?
I mean,
and he was probably trying to steal their parents' credit cards.
Now, granted, if I'm one of the owners of Chuck E. Cheese and I realize the rat mascot's getting arrested, I'm glad to hear that it's for credit cards and nothing else at a place like Chuck E. Cheese. Then you see this dude's mugshot and you go, Yeah, it's a good thing that dude kept the rat head on while getting arrested.
That is kind of surprising, though. You would think the cops would at least take the head off, unless it's all attached to one piece.
Well, I mean, when they get to the patrol car and they got to put you in the patrol car.
Yeah,
right?
Would his head fit?
Did he fit, or they just throw him in? Man, he's got to lay down
Just
in the back
make it
seat.
happen, buddy. Make it happen.
Exactly.
Oh,
I mean,
my
can you imagine
gosh.
you're the rat in prison?
Well, there are a lot of rats in prisons.
Don't steal the credit card. Although, if you haven't seen it, Google image the rat getting arrested. It's a pretty damn funny picture.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. It's funny as hell. But I feel bad for the kids. Goodness gracious.
You know, Ryan Eagle's become a huge fan of Sophia Cunningham.
Yeah, absolutely. She's shiny.
I mean, you watch her videos all the time on mute.
Well, why not? I'm trying to get into the. I don't really give a damn what she says.
Well,
it's kind of like Ellie today, you know.
But she made a video, and she's been fined by the WNBA for this TikTok video.
And hard to understand if you're not watching that, but on her video, there's a little title that says "at some refs." So she's calling them stupid and useless and whatever else she said there.
You want to hear it again?
Sure, let's hear it again. Yeah, slow is the other word I guess we were looking for. But look, there's been a lot of complaints about the officiating in the WNBA. So Sophia Cunningham gets fined $500 today by the WNBA for that video that she made, obviously criticizing some of the officiating in the WNBA.
Well, what's great is then she takes the video and posts on Twitter, I got fined for this video. Can you believe this?
It's really, yeah. Well, I guess you have to do it. WNBA's got to do something, though. I mean, the officials have been under fire lately. Caitlin Clark kind of started some of that, but it's not just Caitlin Clark. It's a lot of them that have been criticizing the officials. So, and just watching it, it's speaking of wrestling and boxing, that's kind of what the WNBA is sometimes.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It's that time of year where you see teams revealing their alternate uniforms. Yesterday, we all saw the video of the Browns. Now, there are a couple of things about what the Browns did yesterday. One, they revealed the helmet, and the helmet is brown, but they were doing it on a barge, and a dude fell into the water.
Yeah.
And then I realized later when they posted on there, so the Browns. Follow me. They debuted an all-brown uniform sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
I mean,
I think some people call doing that Browns, don't they?
I mean, again, I mean, if you're Dude Wipes, well, sign us up for this.
Absolutely.
But if you're the Browns, I mean, they look crappy to begin with, but you're going to get that sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Hey, look,
and it's the Brownies,
need the money. They're
right?
Still paying Deshaun Watson.
I mean, I guess. Well, the Green Bay Packers have yet to reveal their new alternate jersey, although maybe they don't have to do something crazy because Dick's Sporting Goods has already put one out.
They put it out, kind of leaked it out a little bit early. What their deal is. I try to go. You're looking at it. It's like a navy blue with yellow. And it's really ugly, to be honest with you. And I don't know why the hell they wear that, but
because it's a throwback, and a lot of the throwbacks do look ugly, especially when you've got that long history. They did wear jerseys similar to this during the 2019 season, but you can only imagine that somebody at Dick's Sporting Goods said, all right, this will go live on the website on this date, probably all planned, and somebody didn't get the email that, hey, we're delaying the announcement of these jerseys. Don't put it out yet Dick's Sporting Goods has done that.
They put it out there, so blame Dick's
Sporting Goods.
Yes.
It's certainly possible.
Now, look, when you go to Dick's Sporting Goods, you don't say, hey, I'm going to Dick's Sporting Goods. You say, I'm going to Dick's.
I always say Sporting Goods.
You do, huh? Nobody says that.
Really?
Yeah.
I was at Dick's Sporting Goods last weekend.
I got this at Dick's. Everybody knows what you're talking about.
Yes, that's exactly. Uh-huh.
Hey, honey, I'm going to Dick's. Coach Traylor said he liked us because I don't think we're adults. That's why he likes us.
Yeah, well, that's true. that is true.
Dude, this story kind of pisses me off in a way. This next one, this little leaguer, have you heard about this?
Yeah, New Jersey.
Guy hits a home run. He's a New Jersey little leaguer, and he hits a home run over the center field wall, no less, and gets excited and flips his bat. He gets suspended. He may not be able to play in the Little League World Series because of this.
Well, and the team actually could be unsportsmanlike.
Well, I get it.
No, it's unsportsmanlike.
Come on.
Look, you are so quick to hammer people, act like you've been there before, and about sportsmanship.
He's a kid. I look at the poor kid. Picture of him on this article. He said they're crying.
Well, see, you're probably mad at that. There's no crying in baseball.
Well, there's not.
All right.
Kid was excited. It was like a 3-run home run. Over the center field wall.
Yeah.
And he's right. He just kind of flips the bat.
Yeah.
And they got all bent out of shape.
Well, because you're not allowed to do that.
Well,
them are the rules.
What is that? A 10-year-old, 11-year-old?
But he knows the rules.
I don't know if he did. Maybe the coach should have been suspended.
Well,
Didn't tell him that.
I mean, but now the team could actually miss out on the Little League World Series.
So there's no horseplay in Little League, according to the league.
Hey, horseplay is what Little League is about.
Well, they consider bat flipping horseplay, according to Joe Rocco.
Well, of course, Joe.
Joe Rocco.
This is New Jersey. I mean, I imagine Joe Rocco and talking to the media in his members-only jacket and his gold chain and
this dude
driving his old IROC Z.
I'm looking at video. I mean,
he
this
does.
Guy clobbers this thing, clears the center, and just flips the bat.
Well, see, now he does more than just flip. He tosses the bat up in the air. This wasn't a nonchalant bat flip. I mean, he skies that thing. He's like those dudes or ladies in the band with the batons, and they throw them up, and then they try to catch between. I mean, he was at second base before that thing came down.
Well, he was halfway down the line to first.
Wow.
And he threw it up in the air, and the little rat behind the plate, the little catcher's tattling on him.
Well,
pointing at the head.
You're not allowed to do that.
Well,
It's like a defensive lineman. You see the left guard flinch a little bit, and they're all pointing at him. He moved. I mean, the catcher knew the rules.
I don't get that.
You pick and choose when you want to be old man. And
if a professional does it, a professional, they know better.
Well,
this guy's a kid. He's 11, 12 years old.
He should know better.
He should.
And the way he hit that ball, he's knocked a lot out this year.
Maybe he needs a little spanking.
I mean, that dude probably needs to pee in a cup, man.
He nailed that ball, didn't he?
Dude.
That was unbelievable. I hope they do something, though. The kids, golly, that's just tough.
What's it going to do? Run extra laps?
I don't know. Got to make him do something.
I mean, you cost your team. It's you see it in high school football. Unsportsmanlike conduct, celebration too much, cost your team. You know the rules. Now, I think it's a little harsh to say this team can't go to the Little League World Series because of that.
Oh, I totally agree with you. I'm glad you're coming around, Minix.
No, but I mean, whatever the penalty is for bat flip.
Did you happen to see Greeny today? I thought he was going to, speaking of heart attacks, thought he was going to have one this morning.
He cried. He was going to cry a little bit.
He was going to cry. That was right when the news came out that Justin Fields was carried off the field on a cart. And I thought, man, the Jets really are cursed.
They are. Can't have nice things.
Can't have nice things. We're talking about it live from Retama Park. That's where we are here today. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle.
Before they were U2, what were they?
He was NXS.
NXS.
He was Michael Hutchins, and then he became.
Not only did they not play anything other than hits, they played some of the hits twice.
Yes, they opened, and it's legit. I've never seen a band open and close with the same song.
I said they're playing the same song again, dude.
Well, the Alzheimer crowd.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
My neighbor across the street, his mother died. I paid cash for the car, and he gave me a title with his mother's name on it, and they won't let it get registered.
Yeah, y'all should have just forged it. Now you need to get him to apply for a new title and forge the dead mother's name. And she's damn sure not going to sue because she's dead.
This is not endorsed by GiveMeTheVin.com.
Not at all.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at tra.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Here's comedian Howie Mandel for hands-free Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins.
Yeah, I'm holding a new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-in sneaker, and first of all, I barely know I'm holding it. It's that light. You see, Cozy Fit is a cool new sneaker where the upper is made of a soft quilted material. It's kind of like a little puffer jacket for your feet, except it looks like a super stylish sneaker.
Introducing new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins, the latest comfort creation from Skechers. You can find Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
It's Texas Quarter Horse Racing's biggest weekend at Retama Park. Friday is Summer Showdown with 7 incredible stakes races, and Saturday is Retama Park Derby and the $650,000 TQHA Futurity Race. Ever thought about owning an American quarter horse? The Texas Quarter Horse Sale is going on at Freeman Coliseum Friday and Saturday, and it's free to attend. Enjoy terrace dining along with San Antonio's best sports bar, Clubhouse 95. Live music every Friday night. Visit retamapark.com for all the details.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. Pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week. No point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Game day starts at home, and Romo Door Supply delivers the win. From sturdy entrance doors to stylish interiors, Romo's got what your home team needs. Visit RomoDoorSupply.com. Quality doors, unbeatable prices. That's RomoDoorSupply.com.
The Lion and Rose at the Dominion, your daily happy hour spot from 3 till 7 p.m. 250 drafts, wine, wells, and bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Lion and Rose at 23330 West I-10.
Ah, there he is, Aaron Rodgers with a pick, his first pass of training camp.
Yeah, it was completed, though. Didn't hit the ground. Little quick check, intercepted.
Yeah.
I think he's a bum.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's happened to a lot of quarterbacks training camp.
It does.
Happened to Dak Prescott.
Of course.
Happened to Jackson Dart.
Of course.
And now Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess the defense is much farther along than the offense. Isn't that what coaches say?
That's what you always hear this time of year.
That's what
and again, you know, they're going to get interceptions. They're going to get turnovers. It's going to happen.
That's right.
Yeah, and if Dak's going to throw interceptions, get them done in Oxnard in July.
Unfortunately, he doesn't, though. He saves them for the regular season.
I mean,
and especially the playoffs. But I
think he's
digress.
a bummer.
Here we go.
This is the Blitz.
Here we go.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Starter. We're live at Retama Park. And I love coming out here. And they've got a big weekend of stuff. And it all starts tomorrow. In fact, live racing, though, starts today. So the weekend basically gets started today, but tomorrow's the Summer Showdown, 7 incredible stakes races. And Saturday, the Retama Park Derby and the $650,000 TQHA Futurity race with quarter horses that you can actually buy here in San Antonio.
Yeah, the horse sale, the TQHA, Texas Quarter Horse Association.
Thank you.
TQHA. Happening tomorrow morning at Freeman Coliseum. You can go down there and check it out. Going to a horse sale is interesting. And then the horses that are bought this weekend at Freeman will race in this race, or could race in this race a year from now.
That's really
so
cool.
All the horses racing on Saturday were bought in a sale a year ago this time.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like it. And live horse racing, there's nothing like it. To come out here and watch the ponies run live, it's a lot of fun. You spent a lot of time in this place back in the long time ago.
I'm going to guess the people here at Retama would like for you to spend a lot not here again.
I would imagine that they would.
I mean, I'm surprised we haven't seen Uncle Steve yet, but I'm sure at some point we will.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, he's down on the second floor.
Yeah, simulcast.
So I'm sure that's where he's at right now. But yeah, you spent a lot of time with him here. He knew what the hell he was doing. That was what was crazy about it. So
Justin Fields hurt today, and you hate to see injuries in training camp. And kind of watching it live this morning, this is as good as news as you could expect if you're a Jets fan.
No doubt.
And because if you were watching Greeny, I thought he was going to just quit the show today.
I thought so, too.
News comes in, Justin Fields carted off, lower leg injury. So you're thinking ACL or Achilles, right?
No, absolutely.
Somebody stepped on his toe and dislocated it.
Yeah. So he's day-to-day, which is really good news for the Jets. I don't even know who their backup is at this point. It doesn't really matter. Justin Fields is the guy, and they need him to play well to do anything. So I really thought when I first heard this,
Taylor, maybe
could be,
yeah.
Could be. I just honestly thought, man, it is true. The Jets are just a cursed football team. I mean, I wouldn't even want to go play there if I'm a quarterback. If that would have been something serious, what happened to Aaron Rodgers, then now Justin Fields, it's terrible.
No, I have broken a toe before.
Yeah.
It hurts like hell. I don't know if dislocating it is actually better than breaking it, but you have seen toe injuries, sideline guys for a long time. And as a quarterback, depending on which toe, if that's on your plant foot, I mean, it might be more than day to day, but again, it's a July injury. It's a toe. You would think it would be ready to go before the regular season starts, but the valuable practice time that he is going to miss, which always leads to the chicken or egg type of question. Is it safe to play guys in the preseason versus not? You know, you practice and you have all these rules about not hitting people, but it's a violent contact sport. And even though this is non-contact drills and they're in their ramp-up period, it's still to a degree physical. You just don't have protections. But even then, you get your toe stepped on, it could happen. You know, I remember Dat Wynn used to talk a lot about when he first got to the Cowboys, there was basically like an 8-foot bubble around Troy Aikman. You couldn't come close to that guy because Bill Parcells, according to Dat, and I don't know if it was a rule, a saying, or a threat, but if Troy breaks a finger on your helmet because you're too close in practice, you're cut, right? I mean, you don't get near Troy Aikman. And, you know, so thinking about that, the idea that somebody was close enough to Justin Fields to step on his foot, again, these quarterbacks, they have to be protected in that way.
Well, and that's why we're hoping that, you know, Shoddy the other day with Sam Williams horsing around and doing what he was doing. Because, there's bodies all over the place and accidents happen. And so, you know, you got to be careful out there because, look, getting hurt in a game is one thing. You know, there's hitting going on. It's violent, all of that kind of stuff. But to get hurt non-contact drills in training camp is just like, that's a nightmare. The Dolphins, it was the Dolphins that lost a cornerback with an ACL today. And so there's no pads on right now. So it's just all Non-contact drills and just bad luck at this point in time. That's for sure.
And that's kind of what it is. And injuries do happen. It sucks, but Artie Burns with the Dolphins does have a torn ACL. That's been confirmed by an MRI. So he's done for the year. It's a part of it, but also a reason why owners like Jerry Jones maybe sometimes a little hesitant in paying a guy. At the same time, that's why the players want to get all that guaranteed money as soon as possible. I was listening to Jason Garrett talk, and he was saying during this interview that the old way of doing off season, back when he was a player, you're in there around March, and it's weightlifting. It's in a competitive environment for a couple of months before you even touch a football. And nowadays, because the rules are such that you wonder if guys, because he was asked, every guys show up out of shape. Out of shape isn't the right word, but are they in competitive shape? And that's different. And you see more injuries now, seemingly in the preseason or training camp than before, or you have very little contact and it's all controlled up until game one, and now you just turn on the light and go, and that's not realistic.
Well, it's not realistic, and that's part of the problem, I think, too. Look, it's a contact sport. You need to practice the contact. I mean, you do. You can't put guys in bubble wrap and then expect them to go out and get hit in a regular game, and you're risking an injury. I mean, guys like Bill Parcells are laughing at the way football's played right now. Because you remember that guy.
Back in my day.
Are you kidding me? And they'd practice in Wichita Falls or Austin or wherever it was, and it was 110, and he didn't give a damn. And you're out there, no water breaks, and you're going.
I don't know what it was like in Alice, Texas, but in Coppers Cove, our two-a-days, you got 2 water breaks, and you basically had PVC pipe with holes drilled into it, hooked up to a water hose.
That's it.
And when we didn't do something right, it was bear crawls across the band parking lot.
That's exactly right. Yes.
I mean, your hands are burning. I mean, it just and now, coach would get arrested if he tried to do that.
Dude, we used to take salt pills.
Well, yeah.
You remember that? We had a dispenser in the locker room. You take a salt tablet. Oh, my gosh.
We used to have a coach who went to A&M, and he would take that ring, flip it around, and slap you in the helmet and grab you by the face mask. Oh, man. I mean, and I know times are different, and but you do wonder sometimes with injuries like this. Are they ready? I mean, you can be in shape, you can work out all you want, but if you're not working out with other NFL guys in a competitive environment, and you hear Schottenheimer always talking about competing in everything that they do, when you got your personal trainer and you're working out in Miami, you might be working your butt off, but it's not the same.
It's not.
It's not the same. You have to have that competition. And speaking of competition, there's a hell of a quarterback competition happening in Cleveland.
Is there?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of dudes competing for the job.
I'm not sure if any of whoever wins that job is going to be the best quarterback for the job. I don't know.
I mean, but Stefanski says he ultimately wants to make a decision sooner rather than later.
Well, I'm sure he does, because eventually you got to build do the offense around whatever quarterback. Look, if it's Joe Flacco, it's going to be one way. If it's Kenny Pickett, it's going to be another way. If it's Shedeur Sanders, it may be some other way too. So you got to develop your offense to your quarterback and his strengths.
Well, what if it's the other guy who was a higher draft pick and Dylan Gabriel?
Could very well be him. I don't know. One of those guys is going to get cut and maybe end up with the New York Jets. Who knows?
I mean, it's possible. And former Cowboy, DeMarcus Lawrence D-Law, his new coach there in Seattle, Mike McDonald, paid him one hell of a compliment.
I love that he asked about D-Law. He's like the best drill player I've ever seen in my life. I mean, like, you could ask him to do any drill known to mankind, and just like the trust he has and why you're doing it. I mean, it is 1,000% every rep, the intent of what he's trying to create. And that's the standard that he's setting for our front. So, I mean, and the guys don't have a choice but to fall in line. And it's just exciting to see him out there working. And you know what he can do on the field. I mean, just the tape speaks for itself. But you understand kind of how it comes to life based on how he works.
That is a high compliment.
Yep.
I mean, my goodness, the best drill player. that he thinks he's ever seen in his life. That's really high praise. And look, I hope D-Law is successful in Seattle. He kind of struggled in Dallas the last couple of years.
Injuries.
Yeah, that too.
Injuries are a big part of it, but also
Father Time.
You look at the cycle of an NFL lifespan. They got to pay other people, and they needed that salary off the books. He wasn't happy about it. Hope he does well. But for Mike McDonald, who came from Baltimore, that is certainly high praise.
Yeah, and if D-Law heard that, and I'm sure we'll get back to him, I mean, he's got to be very happy with a compliment from the boss like that. Very, very nice, very nice. What did you think of the Spurs draft?
The Spurs draft. I was fine with who they took it to. You knew that was going to happen. Surprised they made a pick late. I thought they would trade that. But overall, I'm happy with the dudes that they got.
Okay, well, I wonder what other NBA execs think about that. That's the point. Let's see. And who do they think is going to win Rookie of the Year? Dylan Harper or Cooper Flagg? We're talking a little basketball when we return live from Retama Park. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know me, you listen to this show enough, you know the Roo Pub is my go-to spot. No better place to go watch any big game, any big fight than at the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. I mean, you think about getting together with your friends, your family, great, comfortable place to go hang out, watch the game, and eat some food, because the food at the Roo Pub is fantastic. Always go hungry. Because, one, I love their fried shrimp. They got the biggest and best wings in town. About 15 different burgers on the menu. They've got that bison burger, a great chicken sandwich. The hot dogs are incredible. It's all good. The appetizers, Pledge tells me the salads there are great. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant, the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive. Saturday, August 2nd from 11 till 1 or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children while supplies last. So don't be late. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by Las Palapas, Array, the College of Healthcare Professionals, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, Dallas Cowboy training camp continues. We're almost there, but Micah, will he be there when we get there?
And a weekend full of sports and fights and fun to preview. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Retama Park, the place to be this weekend. That's where we are today. This is the Blitz on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star. Lots happening out here this weekend, though. Live racing they've got going out here. And not to mention Clubhouse 95, which is where we are. It's a sports bar. And they're just opening. I see we've got all the people are turning on the TVs and getting ready to open up the bar here at Clubhouse 95. Lot to do here at Retama Park. If you haven't been out here in a while, you need to get your behind out here. Do it this weekend. It's going to be a great weekend to come out to Retama Park.
It's one of their biggest weekends of live racing of the year. So certainly make plans this weekend to head out here to Retama Park. It's always a lot of fun. So many different things going on this weekend. Next weekend is family fun night. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to be back out here as they get ready for their weenie dog races.
Weenie dog races?
Yes.
Dude, that'll be fun.
Oh, yeah. That's coming up in a couple of weeks.
And I'm sure you can bet on that, huh?
You can bet on that.
Outstanding. Can't wait for that.
Joe will make a bet on a weenie dog.
I love wieners. As long as I'm not involved.
What do you mean as long as you're not involved?
Hey, Seymour Wiener. That's right.
You're not going to race the dog?
No. My dog's tired of racing.
Did you see Stephon Diggs trying to track down a dog yesterday?
I did.
That was some funny video.
It was cute, right? He's bringing out his dog, and then he sets it down. I think he was going to talk to a bunch of kids.
Well, so it wasn't his dog.
Okay.
They do a pet adoption day at the Deal. Right. For all the fans trying to, very cool thing, but he took this dog out on practice, set it down, dog took off. And so he's trying to chase it. Right.
He got him. Stephon still got some wheels.
It took him a while.
He finally got it done, though. That's for sure.
Who was it? Von Miller that used to chase chickens? And I know that was from one of the old boxing movies, but I think Von Miller actually chases chickens to work on his speed and reaction.
Why, it worked for Mickey, or Mickey and Rocky.
Yeah. Well, at least in the movies it did.
Hey, got Rocky some speed.
So ESPN has an interesting article on the NBA. And going over, the draft is done, summer league is done, the NBA is in this period now. Well, there'll be some signings like, next week, August 3rd, the Spurs can officially lock up De'Aaron Fox for the max. But really, when you go and you look at drafts, and there's been, for the most part, mixed reaction on what the Spurs did in the draft. Obviously, Dylan Harper at number 2, they didn't need it position-wise, but if Cooper Flagg isn't there most years, Dylan Harper would have been a number 1 overall pick. So you get him at number 2. Something like that drops in your lap, you have to take it. So I wasn't surprised they did that if they were going to pick at number 2. I didn't think they would actually make 2 picks in the draft. Thought, all right, they're going to trade that one and do something. They didn't, and they drafted Carter Bryant. And that is a solid pick. Again, surprised that they actually made it, but happy with the draft. Not what I was thinking going in, because I thought they would either make a made or at least trade, 14. And they didn't. They drafted there.
They did, and you have to believe it's because Carter Bryant was still there.
Yep.
Maybe they would have done something else. And I say that because the article in ESPN is talking about they polled the executives, other NBA executives, as to who had the best draft. Not only that, as to who they think will win Rookie of the Year. The executives' Rookie of the Year is overwhelmingly Cooper Flagg. He got 17 votes. Dylan Harper got 2 votes. Now, there were a couple of other guys that received votes. Trey Johnson, Trey Johnson from the Washington Wizards. But they think Cooper Flagg is going to beat out Dylan Harper for Rookie of the Year. But I find it interesting. This is really interesting. Now, the question was asked, which rookie other than Flagg will prove to be the draft's best pick? And according to the executives, they don't vote for Dylan Harper.
No, Edgecombe out of Philadelphia, who was taken 3rd, gets 10 votes. Dylan Harper gets 6. Now, proved to be the best draft pick. And I think part of that, though, is where. So with Dylan Harper getting drafted to the Spurs, you wonder how much playing time he's actually going to get. because you got Steph Castle and you've got a De'Aaron Fox. Now, there will be times, I'm guessing, that there'll be the 3 guards out there, but the role, I think, is a bigger factor there, where VJ is going to have to come in and be an immediate type impact player for Philadelphia. At least that's what the projection is.
Interesting, though, Dylan Harper's the guy, but yet, according to the executives, they like Edgecombe a little bit better. Now, here's interesting, and this is why kind of changing my mind as to why the Spurs may have done what they did. Which rookie is going to be the biggest draft steal? And the winner of that vote is Carter Bryant.
Well, again, Carter Bryant was drafted for his defense. And, based on social media the night of the draft, because he wasn't a scorer, a lot of people were down on this pick. You watch him in Summer League, you could see that lockdown defense. Guy has to figure out how to make a shot. And he should be an impact wing defender almost right away, right? And that's why he was there. He's got a 3. He just has to develop it at the NBA level. While they didn't make jack in Summer League play, whether it was California or Las Vegas, he wasn't afraid to shoot. And eventually those shots are going to drop. But he wasn't known to be a scorer at the University of Arizona. And,
not at all.
And I don't think the Spurs picked him for any potential scoring ability. The Spurs offseason plan, very different than what I would have done if I were in charge. But they're looking at analytics and stuff and thinking about things that most of us don't. I'm looking for score. They need to find a solid 3-point score. That's why I wanted Kevin Durant at the right price. But the Spurs said, you know what we got to do? We got to fix our defense. And scoring wasn't the biggest problem for the Spurs. 3-point shooting consistently was, but they scored a ton of points, but they couldn't stop anybody.
They couldn't stop anybody.
I mean, their defense was the equivalent of the Bengals last year, right? It doesn't matter how much we score, we're going to give up 10 more than that. So you could tell by all their offseason moves, their game plan coming into Mitch Johnson's first year as the head coach is they have to fix the defense first.
Well, I think they've certainly brought in the players to do that. So the defense should be much better. Still would like to see that outside shooter. And, they went out and got a guy that, whether he plays much or not, I'm not sure. But they're trying to address some of that stuff. I have a feeling the Spurs might do something else. I don't think it's going to be a blockbuster or by any stretch, but you just never know. There may be something else up their sleeve before it's all said and done. But certainly this roster is much improved than the one that took the floor last year. There's also an article in ESPN about rebuild rankings. So it says, how close are 14 teams to a title? Number 1, ladies and gentlemen, are the San Antonio Spurs, according to ESPN. They've got 8 players under the age of 25. They've got 3 tradable first-round picks, and players on rookie scale contracts 5. So according to the folks at ESPN, they like the Spurs to be the closest of the group of 14 that didn't make the playoffs that are closest to a title. Second, they picked the Dallas Mavericks, I think for obvious reasons. I think Dallas has got a great team, and if Cooper Flagg develops into what people think he will, then I like the Mavericks.
Well, but they've got to get Kyrie Irving back and healthy. But
he's not coming back this year.
I mean, but you look at Dallas, they weren't a playoff team last year because of a odd trade, and I don't know. Then the guy they traded for got hurt right away in Anthony Davis, and they lost Kyrie. I mean, this was a team that was in the finals a couple of years ago. True, but when you look at the Spurs, and I know as Spurs fans, we're frustrated that it's not going fast enough. You get Wemby. We all expected to be back in contention a lot sooner. The Spurs will say they're going with their plan and they don't skip steps, and I know that drives all of us nuts. But they like last year when they traded for De'Aaron Fox, had Wemby not had the blood clots, I truly believe that would have been a playoff team, right? They not just play in, but playoff. The problem that I look at right now, you look at some of these other teams in the West in the top 6, I don't know that I could put the Spurs there in the top 6. They haven't made that move this offseason that moves the needle. They haven't had that big impact player. They brought in a couple of guys that I think are going to be great role players, and I'm curious to see what the draft picks are able to do at the NBA level. But essentially, I've seen a lot of other teams improve their roster drastically, and the Spurs have improved their roster.
Well said. And I don't think they're a playoff team, not a top 6 play-in team. Yes, I think they've got a great shot to get into the play-in tournament. And look, I hope so. I'm sick and tired of this team being in the lottery. They've done really well. They've been very fortunate as to where they've picked and the players that they've taken. Obviously, Wemby was a no-brainer. Dylan Harper, you could say a no-brainer with the number 2 pick. Steph Castle with the number 4 pick a year before has turned out to be a great pick so far. So they've done a good job drafting players. Now can all of these guys work and fit and do it together and get where this team needs to be? But I'm with you. I still think they need a move or two away from this team really being able to compete in the West. And again, the West is going to be a beast, which it always is.
But you look at, there's more of a chance as we sit here late July.
Yes.
There is legitimate hope of what could be, which as a Spur fan, that's not quite good enough, but good enough, if that makes sense. At least I feel like right now, coming into the season, the Spurs have a chance to have some excitement. It's not just going to be, well, I'm looking for improvement, which is what we did 2 years ago. Are they making the same mistakes in November as they are in March? Or we were all trying to kind of just judge that, knowing the expectation was, the schedule that we got when it says end of the regular season, that's the end of the Spurs season.
Yeah.
Last year, I thought, okay, we're going to get some postseason basketball. This year, I expect some postseason basketball. I would like it to be more than a play-in opportunity. I'd like playoff, but I'm also trying to be realistic. And right now, I don't know that they've made enough moves compared to what I've seen the other teams do that put you in that category. What I do like, just, as an NBA fan, it kills me to say I love what Houston's doing.
But you have to love what Houston did.
I know what Dallas is doing. And for the first time in a long time, the 3 teams from Texas should all be extremely competitive. I mean, there for a while it was the I-10 battle, and then it was the I-35 battle, and there's always one of the 3 teams have sucked, right? They all 3. I'm trying to remember last time all 3 were good at the same time. I'm trying to think if that's ever happened.
Well, I'm sure it has. I can't recall and tell you in 1983 or whatever.
I mean, but that's what I mean. In the 90s, the Mavericks weren't any good, but the Spurs and Rockets were. In the early 2000s, those great battles the Spurs had with the Mavs, and the Rockets weren't very good, right? We're almost at a point where all 3 can be great teams at the same time.
Well, they're going to be good. Now, again, I think the Spurs will be competitive. Obviously health for every team matters. If you have some bad luck, you have some bad luck. But I like what the Rockets did. And before everybody starts jumping on me saying I didn't want Kevin Durant here in San Antonio, I did not. Houston was more – he moves the needle in Houston more than he would have moved it here to make that team over the top. And I got to tell you, everybody stays healthy in Houston. They compete with Oklahoma City.
Yep.
They do. And so Denver's going to be good again. I mean, just go down the line. Minnesota's going to have a good squad again. There's going to be the top to get into that top 6. You're going to have to play extremely well to do that. Getting into the play-in, I think the Spurs have an opportunity for that. Who knows though? You catch lightning in a bottle and you go from there.
Well, that's why you have to give yourself an opportunity. And a lot of what we're talking about also includes the expected growth in Wemby's game.
Sure.
Right? I mean, yesterday when we were talking with Rob Thompson, and he's like, De'Aaron Fox is the best player on this team. Friend of mine said, does he forget that Wemby's there? And no, but Wemby will be the best player in the league. I don't know that he is right now. In fact, he's not. Is he the best player on the Spurs basketball team? He will be. He's the focal point. but is he the best player? Would you know what I mean? Now, granted, in every metric, if you're picking teams, shirts and skins, you're going to start with Wemby. But
yes.
but De'Aaron Fox and his veteran ability, he is the best player. When you look at it, Wemby will be. He's just not there yet.
And keep in mind, what I'm excited about is both of those guys getting an opportunity to gel together, to play together. We all forget they had 5 games together last year. That's it. Getting those guys to gel, you add in hopefully an improvement from a Steph Castle, Dylan Harper, whatever he adds, and then with the guys that they've added to this team. Look, I'm excited about the Spurs team this year, and I hope they have a great deal of success. But for me, and you know this, everybody knows this that listens to this show any amount of time at all, I'm ready to be competitive. I'm ready to be in the mix, if you will, down the stretch, and let's go. It's time.
I'll tell you, if you come out here to Retama Park, where we're broadcasting live, and you get on the elevator and you come up to this bar area called Clubhouse 95, one of the cool things they have are these old Express News like sports page covers, right? And and they're all like, there's one down there, David Robinson and a young dark, and it's like you remember those days?
Yes.
Right? I mean, I want back to those times.
Yes, I do too.
And I need Wemby to get there sooner rather than later.
Well, again, I think Wemby has improved every year he's been. He's going to continue to improve. And I'm just anxious to see what De'Aaron Fox and Wemby and how they gel, and with the other pieces that they've added. I'm excited about this team more so than I've been in a long time, just because there's some hope that this team is going to be competitive, and we're going to be playing when a lot of other teams aren't. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to be out here at Retama Park. We're having a good time. They just opened things up here. It was Clubhouse 95. And so the beer's ice cold. The drinks are ready to go. I hear the ice falling in cups.
Uh-huh.
The TVs are on.
Oh, and bar business drama. I mean, you get it all.
And we did. We had a little bar business drama.
Yeah,
going on.
There's no drama at Retama Park.
Well, they were telling secrets. They wouldn't even tell us, Jason.
I know it.
It's not like we're going to tell anybody.
I mean, and there's something that you don't see very often. Somebody in public wearing a Creed concert T-shirt. I mean, most people, like, it's like Coldplay. I mean, you don't admit that you like them.
Well, she wasn't caught on camera, I hope.
Well,
on a kiss cam.
but that's Creed. I mean, she's just hired, right?
Saying.
I mean, By the way, that lady resigned from her job today.
She did. I just got that deal, and I'm surprised that it took this long for that to happen.
Well, she's HR. She's probably waiting to get fired.
Waiting to be called into HR.
Who fires the HR lady?
She had to fire herself.
I mean, do you do that in front of the mirror?
I guess so. You're a bad girl. You're fired. Okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving right now.
Here's your compensation package.
Absolutely. Retama Park, if you're out here in this area, you want to come on out here, come out and have a drink with us. We'll be out here till 6 o'clock tonight, and then we'll probably have a cold drink before we head out of here as well. So come on out. Retama Park, it is the place to be. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me talk about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing, family-owned company, local company. They've been in business for so long here in San Antonio. That means a lot of things. It means, one, they're doing it right. You don't stay in business if you're not. The other thing it means is they understand how the weather is here in San Antonio and South Texas. They understand the heat of the summers, the storms that we have in the springtime, the occasional cold snaps that we have in the wintertime, all of which can take a toll on your roof. And they understand that because they live it with us. That's what they do. And right now, when you call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994, they're going to send an experienced team out to your house. They'll get up on your roof and they'll check it for free under no obligation. They want to make sure that it's sealed, secure, energy efficient. They want you to be protected for the long haul. Look, they'll come down and say this needs to be taken care of, or maybe your roof's getting a little old. It may be time time to start thinking about a new one. Or they may come down and say, you know what, everything is A-okay. Call us next year. We'll come back and check it again. That's how they do business at Stevens Roofing and Solar. You ought to give them a call. In fact, you ought to do it right now. If you've been thinking about it, give them a call, 210-785-0994, or visit them at stevensroofing.net. They are the absolute best. Again, that phone number, 210-785-0994.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville. Will Dallas's Micah Parsons finally get his new deal while in Oxnard? We're there. And if he does, you'll hear about it first and in depth right here.
You're going to have to earn that paycheck against me.
San Antonio Sports Stars coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP. Starting Monday morning live from Oxnard, California, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Looking for a place with character, cold drinks, and real Texas charm? Pull up a chair at the Lion and Rose in the Dominion. This local favorite, run by the Tharp family, serves up Southern hospitality, military pride, and seriously good food. Happy hour daily from 3 till 7 p.m. with $2.50 drafts, select wine, wells, and mimosas. Plus, tasty bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Now open at 23330 West I-10. The Lion and Rose.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm, it's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Sad news to start with today. WWE superstar and 6-time champion and one of pop culture's most recognizable figures. Of course, we're talking about Hulk Hogan. He has passed away at the age of 71. New York Jets quarterback Justin Fields suffered a toe injury in camp today. He was carted off the field. It is being reported as a dislocated toe. Cowboys play the Jets in Week 5. That's October 5th.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
And we are live at Retama Park out here today because they got a big weekend coming up. In fact, one of their biggest weekends of all of them, right? I mean, and when you look at it, although they do have a lot of big weekends out here at Retama Park. Tomorrow, they've got what they're calling a summer showdown, Jason. 7 incredible stakes races.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And then Saturday, another big night. That's for sure. You're talking about Retama Park Derby, $650,000 TQHA futurity race. And you can actually buy a horse if you'd like. So,
yeah, I mean, the big horse sale Friday and Saturday over at Freeman Coliseum. And again, even if you're not in the market to buy a horse, you just want to go to a horse sale because it really is a lot of fun. It is interesting. Go check it out tomorrow morning out at Freeman Coliseum, and you can get up here. We're upstairs at Retama Park in Clubhouse 95. The bar is open. All the TVs have been turned on. The simulcasts are going. I one day, when I don't have a job anymore, when I'm retired, I want to be the guy that shows up at the track with my pencils and pens, and I got papers all over the table in front of me. I like this guy over here who's got everything except a cold beer. But I mean, this guy, he's trying to win beer money, I think,
I think
but he's studying the program. He's getting everything. He chose that table probably because the TVs of whatever track he's looking, but I fancy him being that when I'm a little bit older.
Dude, that guy's looking at 4 or 5 TVs.
Oh, absolutely.
He's not focused on one of them. It's like,
one at a time.
This one goes off at this time. That one goes off at that time.
No, but he's got a black pen. It looks like a red pen in one hand. I mean, he's got a system.
Well, see,
I need a system when I come out here.
When we get done with the show, I'm going to buy that guy a beer, and I'm going to go sit with him and bet on everything he's betting on.
That guy wants nobody sitting with him.
I'm telling you, that's
nobody.
What's happening.
This guy wants nobody around him.
I'm telling
nobody.
You, that's exactly
right.
What's
He's getting
happen.
mad that we're talking about him right now because his wife might be listening because she has no idea where he is.
Dude, that could be about a million guys.
He told her he went to HEB. All right. I mean, you know how that goes.
This is fantastic. You could be like this guy, this couple over here. This guy brings his wife with him.
Well, absolutely. Well, I mean, he's got the beer and she doesn't. Somebody's got to drive.
Well, that's okay. Maybe she's probably the smart one. He wants her to stay sober and win all the money.
Well, see, now, somebody's got like all the studying, and then somebody's going by horses' names, right?
See, I don't understand a lot of that stuff. Now, I can do a nice win-place show kind of bet, but when you're talking about trifectas and, this fecta and that fecta, I don't.
You don't need an infecta, man. You get a shot for that.
You ain't kidding. But I'm just saying, all that stuff is confusing to me.
Yes.
But I can go put give me $2 across the board.
Yeah.
And I can do that.
But it's picking the right. Do you pick a horse based on its name?
No.
Or do you go down there and see one takes a dump right before they get going?
That helps because they lighten the load.
Well,
a bit,
exactly.
But no, I usually got like the mid odds. Like if it's an 8-1 or 10-1.
Because you're betting to win money, not necessarily win.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, but I don't pretend to be a horse racing expert betting wise or anything else for that matter. but
no,
it's fun.
But you like the bet.
Right, absolutely, and it's fun because look.
And then when you don't win out here at Tama Park, you're mad at yourself, and you don't know what you're doing, and you don't ask. They have classes here to teach you.
I don't get mad about that.
I've seen you get mad.
This race over here just went off. I don't know where that is.
Well, it's on the TV.
I know, but I don't know what track it is. So I'm just saying, but that's what's fun. You watch this, and you got your horse Say's right there in second place, and he's making a move, coming around the corner. Here he comes, and you're going, go, baby, like he can hear you.
Well, he can't. Even if you're in the track, you can't hear
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
I mean, they're professional athletes. They can turn out the noise.
They're coming down the stretch, and here comes, look at it. There's a horse he's coming to the outside. He's going to catch that dude. The horse in front's tired. There comes another one.
Down. Oh, yeah, he's coming on the outside turn, and he's going to. This horse went from 5 all the way to the win.
I have
no idea what happened there, but clearly not this guy because he's not celebrating.
Well, he's not celebrating. He looks a little pissed off.
Well,
he can't believe that horse came out of nowhere to win that race.
It really did.
Now, see, that was exciting. I didn't even have any money on it.
On grass.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. No, that's the beauty of it. I love that. And you know, I mean, they don't take long, right? Horse races don't take long, so you know whether you win or lose right away.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's not. They got food out here too. Look at that.
Of course they do. There's a kitchen right there.
Kitchen right there. That those onion rings look fabulous.
I mean, you've eaten here before.
Well, I have, but
sometimes I worry about your memory, man.
Well, I'm getting old, dude.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, I'm getting old.
I mean,
it's happening.
It's possible.
I'm not Joe Biden like yet, but I'm okay. I'm still hanging in there.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
A lot of fun. If you're out in the area, you feel like doing something, come on out. Obviously, we're till 6 o'clock, and I know I'm gonna have a beer when this show's over. So we'll stick around for a minute or so, and come on out here and party with us. These folks are having a great time out here. This is a really nice sports bar. It really is. It's a really cool sports bar. Now we're up on like the 3rd floor.
Yes.
Right. So there's when I got here, I didn't tell you this because I know you make fun of me. I'm walking around the 2nd floor going, where the hell are those guys? And then I remember there was a 3rd floor. I almost called you.
You almost called.
Almost like, what? Minix, where the hell are you?
You know, now I understand at lunch you were distracted.
I was, yes.
But we talked about this at lunch because you said, where are we doing the show over there?
I said it's upstairs.
Well, we're not outside, are we? Because, it's hot.
Don't want to be outside.
I was like, no, we're up on the 3rd floor in that clubhouse bar. You're like, cool.
Well,
I mean,
that doesn't tell me anything.
We talked about it.
You said
lunch.
the 3rd floor. I don't know where I'm going.
I said matter. The 3rd floor.
Dude, lunch was great.
Well,
I'm just saying.
The scenery was better.
I enjoyed. Well, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, lunch was. It's it's good. But the service, the service wasn't great. But the scenery was good. It didn't matter. Yes, and great personality.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
And her name tag was like way out here. Oh, a lot of fun. This area is growing like crazy, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
Selma.
Oh.
This area, I mean, all of this down I-35.
I thought you were referencing our server.
Well, she might have been. Were those man-made or God-made?
I mean, God made the surgeon.
Well, that's true. I'm not sure. That might have been all natural.
I mean, yeah.
It's possible.
They if not, it was one hell of a surgeon. They looked real.
No, the scenery was fantastic, extremely shiny, and
caused some right angle growth.
I don't know. I don't know if I go that far, dude.
You said this area was growing like crazy.
He was like 20 years old, man.
He was older than that.
I'm not sure.
Hope.
I mean, at some point, even a degenerate like me's got to,
really
pump the brakes.
Really.
Tell me how to play a trombone. Oh my goodness! What a day! Yeah. What a day! And now here we are at Retama Park. Yes. And servers are just fine.
Your train of thought, sir.
Well, no, the servers are just fine out here too.
Thinking about where your credit card was earlier.
I sure am. It's almost like the magnetic stripe was whoop whoop.
Oh, it's okay.
It was fun. We might have to go back there someday. Yeah, for sure.
Like for dinner?
Well, maybe.
Oh, you're a dumb butt.
Well,
on our YouTube page, Fred makes a reference. Comparable to Sydney at Circa, yes.
I would say yes.
Comparable.
Yes.
She could get a job at Circa.
This one much younger, though. I would say.
She could be in a calendar.
Not that Sydney was old, but I mean, this girl was
similar features.
Wow.
Think of the Melissa Etheridge song. Go that way.
I know what will help me.
You know what?
Brian Schottenheimer.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. He's a room down.
That's all I needed to say. Brian Schottenheimer, Dallas Cowboys.
Here we go.
Day 3 of training camp. And the coach, as he always does before practice, well, he spoke to the media. Some interesting stuff that he had on tap today. We'll hear from old Shotty when we return live from Retama Park. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive, Saturday, August 2nd from 11 till 1 p.m. or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children while supplies last, so don't be late. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by North Park Toyota, Centromed, Romo Door Supply, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
GimmeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway. I hate games and scams. So when we had the idea to give away $25,000, I was very careful about the way it was orchestrated. Get the top of the market money and enter to be the lucky person to get $25,000. This is no joke. This is no game. This is very real. Just like GimmeTheVin.com.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Are you ready for the all-new Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow and Fire? Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Trucks fly, crash, and smash. Thanks to Good to Grow, kids' ticket prices half off. Coming July 26th and 27th to Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
The Lion and Rose at the Dominion, your daily happy hour spot from 3 till 7 p.m. 250 drafts, wine, wells, and bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Lion and Rose at 23330 West I-10.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, Live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team, we can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes, teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe.
Yeah, we're live at Retama Park today. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, but some big news happening right now.
Yeah, and again, about an hour ago or so, the White House released this, and I've been trying to read it and understand it all, but President Trump has signed the executive order relating to college sports. The fact sheet, President Donald J. Trump saves college sports.
That's his fact sheet?
That's the title of it. He did sign an executive order to protect student athletes and collegiate athletic scholarships and opportunities. And what I find interesting, a lot of this, at least initially, protecting women's sports and non-revenue sports. I mean, reading through it and trying to figure out how it is going to be applied is like right now, what does it really mean? And what teeth is there? The order does prohibit third-party pay-for-play payments to college athletes. This does not apply to legitimate fair market value compensation that a third party provides to an athlete, such as for a brand endorsement.
So the way that sounds is that you can't just give a guy, say, $1 million athlete just for stuff, and the school can only pay $500,000. You can't just come in as a booster and give him the additional $500,000.
Well, in that new clearinghouse that has been talked about, that's assigning value for what things are, I think is there. The order provides that any revenue sharing permitted between universities and athletes should be implemented in a manner that protects women's and non-revenue sports, directs the Secretary of Labor and National Labor Relations Board to clarify the status of student athletes in order to preserve non-revenue sports and irreplaceable educational and development opportunities that college sports provides. Then you got stuff with the Federal Trade Commission to take appropriate actions to protect student athletes' rights and safeguards the long-term stability of college athletics from endless debilitating antitrust and other legal challenges. And there's a lot of stuff in here about all the lawsuits that could be coming. There's going to be some, it looks like some federal protections to keep, all right, this happened, and we all know. And we talked about it, when the judge made her decision, we all knew there were going to be 10 lawsuits filed almost immediately. Right. Libby Dunn is one that was like, how do you cap my earnings? Because these are mine.
Well, sure. That's why they need to go to an NFL system, at least in college football. So because that has, that stands the test of time, and you can cap that. And it's clearly shown. So this says, now the NBC News article that I'm reading says the order could send shockwaves through college football and men's basketball, where player recruitment in the so-called transfer portal has become a multi-million-dollar market in recent years. Top teams spending tens of millions to fill out rosters. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I'm sure it's going to be challenged legally. Problem is, this is an executive order.
Yeah.
So for the next, 3 years while Trump is in office, it will stand. If there's another president, and there will be elected, then he or she could change that immediately.
Well, and again, I need clarification on what they mean by third-party pay-for-play deals, because if that is collectives, then a program like UTSA, it could be in, I want to say trouble, but some schools that can do the $20.5 million, they can get away from the collectives, right? But a school like UTSA that doesn't have the same amount for revenue share needs the collectives in order to raise the supplemental money that they're going to be able to need to field that competitive roster. You look at a school like Memphis, they get all that FedEx money. Now, is there a way to, I don't know, donate that to the school? Or I mean, there's loopholes in everything, right?
Well, there is.
What are the loopholes? And we all know that there are people, especially in college athletics, as soon as there's a new rule, you're trying to find what is the loophole. So what is the loophole? And we were talking with Jeff Traylor earlier, and the idea of, do we go back to the old ways where it was under the table? Yeah, exactly. All right. And we might get to that. And man, we always say this. I mean, we don't need the federal government involved in more things, but there does need to be universal rules. Each conference can't have a different set of rules. Each state can't have a different set of rules in the current climate and everything that's going on.
Now, obviously, this is just coming out, just breaking within the last hour or so. So Jason and I are trying to read and trying to make sense out of this. But it will obviously affect things moving forward, as we're I think Jeff Traylor said, 40 days away from college football kicking off. So I know there's a lot of lawyers, a lot of coaches, a lot of administrators looking at this right now, trying to figure out exactly what it means for them. And we'll see. The third party thing is the problem. And I think that's where we need some clarification, just simply because, does that affect the collectives? If you've got the revenue share, is it solely now up to the schools to divvy out that money the way they see fit? And do the collectives, are they able to do anything else?
Well, and I also look at, like, the collectives work very closely with the university. And at UTSA, they had 3. Now they're at 2. You've got the one that April Ancira and Martin Salinas are involved in that is football only. And then you've got the one that Bob Wills is involved in that's event driven. Right. But they work so closely with the university. I wonder, third party, if that means, like, I don't know, you own a business and you just decide you want to go give, Nick Trey, the starting tight end, $200,000 to do a commercial when, the rate might be $800 for most, right? I mean, I think, does third party really mean that?
I think that's what it is. And the way I'm reading this, and I've just glanced over it real quick, and so I don't want to be held to it 100%, but it's got to be legitimate work, just like you said. If April Ancira goes to a player and says, we want you to be in a car commercial and we're going to pay you X, it's got to be exactly what you're talking about. It's got to be the rate for what that is. You can't just remember the stories back in the day, people getting paid, $50,000 to go turn on the water sprinklers at the stadium every morning. And that's how they got around the under the table kind of stuff. And so this is interesting. It's very interesting, and it's we just need to sort it out. That's for sure.
I know on Twitter at SEC Barstool tweets out, very excited to see big name schools who can't pay players through third party collectives revert back to the good old money under the table methods. Cough, cough, Texas.
Oh, it's crazy. Just breaking and interesting stuff for sure. I just don't know. There's so many questions that I have, and we'll have to get somebody that knows the answers to these things.
Well, and again, what does it really mean? How is this actually going to be enforced? When does this actually kick in, right? Guys that have been promised money this year, I'm looking at you, Joey McGuire, and Texas Tech. Although everything that Texas Tech has talked about, they knew this was going to be 1 year of an unlimited cap. Spend as much money as you can for 1 year. So what happens next year when take a position at Texas Tech, because it seems like everybody in Lubbock has been way overpaid to get there. So this year you're playing for $2 million, but next year the most somebody can give you is $1 million. Are you going to stick around for the pay cut? Even though that's the max you could give. It's going to be interesting now for guys that are going to have to play for less money than what they're making this year in this 1 year of untapped money. Go get whatever somebody's willing to pay you.
Well, I mean, that's what they're going to have to do. And if the rules change, they change. Players can scream all they want to about it. But if that's the rules, that's the rules. And you're going to play for that as it is. So we'll see what happens. But this is an interesting development. I'm quite frankly shocked that this happened as quickly as it's happened. I know there was a lot of talk about this and that there was an executive order being worked out, but it came a lot quicker than I thought that it would. So it's here now. It's just exactly how it's going to affect college football, college athletics moving forward.
Yeah, according to Yahoo, as part of the agreement, the College Sports Commission is expected to treat collectives or any school-associated entity in a similar fashion as other businesses when determining the legitimacy of third-party NIL deals submitted to the clearinghouse.
Interesting.
So
now I know that the rules for the revenue share were that anything over $600 was going to have to be agreed upon or talked about, and they were going to have to approve it. So. But again, as we talked about with Jeff Traylor earlier today, it's like, who's going to enforce this? You can't lean on the NCAA. They've got absolutely no teeth.
Yep.
So who's going to be the enforcer of all of this, and who's going to check it? Is it the federal government, or do you just leave it up to schools to do that? And there's no way that it can be policed properly.
Well, and again, I mean, that's why the whole under the table stuff is coming back into play. But what are the penalties, and are there teeth? If it's like in the old days where, 8 years ago, you have to vacate all your wins and that bowl you played in, that doesn't count anymore. Well, nobody's turning in their T-shirts or their rings, and you punish the kids, something that happened 8 years ago. And now this year's team is on probation and can't go to a bowl game. It just hurts the current kids, right? That's the kind of stuff you just wonder what kind of enforcement, how quickly. Things could come into play whenever whatever this is actually goes into effect.
Well, typically, if he signs an executive order, it's pretty quick after that executive order is signed that it goes into effect. But I haven't seen a date or a deadline or whatever the case may be. So this is going to be interesting. We will continue to follow this and get you updated with breaking news. Again, it is breaking. Today, President Trump signed an executive order designed to, I guess, more regulate college athletics.
Well, and I mean, the one thing that when you're listening to us when we don't really know, we're not afraid to say it.
Not at all.
I'm not going to sit up here and try to say this is what this means when I don't know, and you're trying to read and talk at the same time,
exactly.
and then try to understand and comprehend. There's so many more questions, but I'm like you. And you driving around right now, or you, Matt Roy, that's texting right now. I mean, it's interesting and it's new and different, but what does it actually mean? We're all going to find out together. It's interesting because, there's college coaches knew this was coming, but trying to figure out what it all means. Imagine Jeff Traylor, who was on with us earlier. He could be in the middle of an interview right now up at the American Conference Media Days and get asked about it. And how much more does he know than, because he certainly didn't seem to be sure what was going to happen when we talked to him earlier.
No, he wasn't. And luckily for most college football coaches, now most of them have a general manager like UTSA does. You've got an athletic director, Dr. Campos. This really falls in their lap, I think, more so than it does with a lot of head coaches. Head coaches are going to want whatever they can get.
Yep.
And then
some.
Exactly. So now this squarely falls, I think, in the lap of Lisa Campos, the general manager, and even as far up as President Amy.
Well, and then conferences.
And conferences,
because
yes.
Not all conferences are created equal. I mean, clearly the American budget isn't the same as the SEC budget. And there are teams in the American, like Memphis, who at least yesterday had a lot more money than everybody else because of FedEx. But what does that mean for a team like Memphis now? That's what's going to be extremely interesting as all this gets sorted out and explained to the universities and ultimately to us. Bottom line.
Well, now I'm reading an article here that I've just pulled up, and I find this fascinating. According to this article, the NCAA and the power conferences have spent millions of dollars lobbying Congress to pass a law that would halt the athletes' rights movement by providing federal standards for NIL. It says they've also sought legislation that would allow the NCAA to set its own compensation, eligibility, and transfer rules without fear of more lawsuits. So I'm not sure that this executive order does that, but it's clear that the power conferences and the NCAA want to see some kind of rules in place that are enforced nationwide without the fear of lawsuits. So is this a start to that?
Well, the way I read a lot of this is this does help prevent a lot of the lawsuits that are coming. And like what we talked about with Jeff Traylor earlier at UTSA, they have figured out how they value what a player's worth is by position groups, and they're following the NFL model on values of position groups. And as Jeff joked with us, it's the decimal points in a different spot because they have a lot more money to mess with. So it's a percentage of quarterbacks make percentage of the cap. Tight ends make a percentage of the cap. Defensive linemen, a percentage of the cap. And what Jeff Traylor said they've done at UTSA is taken that percentage model and applied it to the amount of money, which he did not disclose what UTSA is working with, but they're using what they have position group by percentage of what that dollar amount is.
Which is the way that it should be, which is very NFL-like, right? So, again, to me, if you can make this happen and fix it, and I'm talking strictly right now college football, maybe men's basketball to some extent, implement NFL rules into college football. And to me, that solves everything. You let them form a union, you get a collective bargaining agreement, and you set rules, you set guidelines, salary caps, free agent periods. And to me, that solves the problem. All of this stuff that I certainly don't understand doesn't seem to solve the problem. It doesn't, forever anyway, just for a short amount of time.
The only problem with that is if you were to, here's the NFL version of the salary cap. They've kind of done that in a way with the revenue share capped at $20.5 million, but not every school can do $20.5 million.
That's exactly right.
And so you can't come away with a blanket college football salary cap because not everybody would be able to compete there. And even in the NFL or in pro sports, you got a floor and a cap, right? Now, the NFL, they can all go to the cap, but there's still a floor there, because UTSA couldn't have the same cap as Texas or Texas A&M or Texas Tech.
Good point. It's got to be something simpler than this gobbledygook that we're reading here, and it's very difficult to.
This is why we're in the toy department.
I guess so. I don't know what's happening. I'm all for regulating college athletics. To me, it's out of control, and I've said this before. A lot of you don't agree with me, but I think especially college football is driving really fast towards a very steep cliff, and with the amounts of money that are being paid and being asked for by athletes, it's gonna cause an accident.
You want to talk about something we do know?
Yeah,
the Cowboys.
Let's do that.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Ryan Schottenheimer, head coach. Yeah, brand new. We'll talk about him. This is the Blitz live at Retama Park. Come on out here and join us for a cold one. Why don't you do that if you're in the area? Come out here. We'll continue on Blitz right after this.
If you're watching baseball tonight, I know the Astros are in action. You want to make that game a little bit more exciting. Make sure you're playing the Pick'em game at Underdog. Take a swing at picking baseball on Underdog, one of the leading places to make all your sports picks. Over millions of people have won billions of dollars when you're playing at Underdog. And all you have to do is pick higher or lower on predicted stats, whether you're talking about total bases, strikeouts, home runs, that sort of thing. Play for as little as $1, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Turn $1 into 1,000. You can actually do that on Underdog. So download the Underdog app. Use my promo code STAR when you get signed up to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, use promo code STAR when you get signed up at Underdog.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See underdogfantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
So many storylines to cover for you. Micah's contract, because there's always a contract. Dax Health, George Pickens edition. A whole new running back room. New look offense. Offensive line. New defensive scheme. We're bringing you all the latest on everything. All day. Live from Oxnard, California. San Antonio Sports Stars coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp. Brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and sponsored in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Jim Beam, and AARP. Starting Monday morning, live from Oxnard, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
You know, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to billshappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
Bills Happen is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to billshappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to billshappen.com. That's billshappen.com. Billshappen.com.
Hello, Connecticut. May I help you?
This is Bill Tyson. Is this my Connecticut Pro?
Yes, Mr. Tyson. What can I do for you?
Calling from Yellowstone National Park.
Mm-hmm.
Old Faithful just erupted and reminded me I didn't set the vacation bypass in my Connecticut water conditioner. Would you run over to my house and set it? I've hidden the key under my doormat.
Well,
I forgot to set the bypass last year. I had that other brand, and the software used up 4,000 pounds of salt in a week.
Mr. Tyson, relax. With your new Connecticut, there is no vacation cycle or any worries about salt. If you don't use any water, your Connecticut won't either. We not only believe in saving salt, but also in saving water.
Would you go over and unplug it then? I'm trying to conserve electricity.
You forget that your Connecticut doesn't use electricity either. There's nothing to plug in. And don't forget that your Connecticut is also completely automatic.
Mean I can relax and enjoy my whole vacation?
That's right.
This is great. I've got Old Faithful here at Yellowstone and an Old Faithful in my Connecticut water conditioner at home.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Connecticut SA.com.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, Dallas Cowboy training camp continues. We're almost there, but Micah, will he be there when we get there?
And a weekend full of sports and fights and fun to preview. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Here we go. Heard Brian Schottenheimer say that that's going to continue.
Of course it is. I mean, it's viral. You can't make that go away.
Well, of course you can. That might be my first duty as the new head coach. Enough of that here we go stuff.
Here we go.
Here we go at Retama Park. That's where we are. We're live. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, James Pledger back in the studio. And this place is starting to fill up out here.
Well, of course it is.
Well, they got live racing tonight, 7 o'clock. That's post time.
Well, and of course, you got simulcast going on right now. People are here. I mean, guy over there has got 2 pens going. He's got a pitcher of iced tea, 2 glasses, one with extra ice. He's ready to go. Now he's going iced tea. The guy behind him's got his book. He's got 3 pens and a cold beer.
So who do you trust more?
The guy with the beer.
The guy with the beer.
The guy with the beer.
All right. He looks serious,
and this guy over here, I don't know. I can't see if he's got pens or not. He's just got a lot of papers out there. See, you can tell the people that are serious, they don't bring friends. They don't want to be talked to.
No.
I mean, they barely look up. I mean, they're studying.
Although the dude with the iced tea is going to have somebody about 6 o'clock because I'm gonna get all the tips that he has.
No, he's going to leave then. I mean, he's going to leave. I mean, his wife thinks he's at HEB right
I want to
now,
make some money,
right? I mean, that guy makes money.
That's what I'm saying.
You can tell the professional and the guy that's just hanging out.
Be like cheating on a test. I'm just going to, whatever picks he makes, I'm going to make the same thing.
Well, he's not going to give you that.
I'm going to look over his shoulder, dude.
No, you couldn't read that dude's writing.
I was a pro in high school
at cheating.
That. Absolutely.
That explains a lot.
I'm telling you, just give me the diploma. That's all I want.
I mean,
no matter how you get it.
I mean, Reinagel, how many times did you misspell your name on your test?
I always got that right.
Really?
Every time.
Early on?
Now the teacher might not have gotten it right,
exactly.
But yes. But yeah, I got it right every time.
Cowboys wrapping up another practice. And again, no pads yet. Pads go on Sunday. We will be there in Oxnard on Saturday to kick off our AA Best Bail Bonds week-long at Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage. That's when you worry about stuff. I got a dude on Instagram, JT Jimenez, just sent me a message. Dude, I saw some video. Tyler Guyton's getting beat. Dude, relax. He's not wearing pads. I mean, relax. I see video the Cowboys posted on their Twitter video. Deuce is loose, and then he starts up the middle, breaks it to the outside. He runs everybody to the end zone, right? I mean, cool. There's no pads on.
No,
they're not hitting. Now, an incredible one-handed catch from George Pickens in the back of the end zone. Man, those gloves are incredible. All right. I mean, you see that kind of stuff, but again, pads aren't on. A great catch and get excited about because that's a skill, pads, no pads, that's going to be there.
Although who threw that pass? It was so bad that he had to make a one-handed catch.
Dak Prescott. What do you mean so bad?
I mean, he had to make a one-handed catch.
I mean, back of the end zone. It was a perfectly thrown pass.
Sure.
I mean, you'll look. I realize if it's Dak Prescott, you're going to find the negative. Kind of like with the "here we go" cadence. But Brian Schottenheimer did say today, "Here we go" is not going away.
So you guys asked me this in the spring. I think I was misquoted, honestly. I said that we always tweak our cadence, but for those here we go lovers out there, there'll be some here we goes.
There we go.
But there'll also be some maybe things that it's not used. So, but I mean, why would we take it away when it's got TikTok memes and stuff like that? Like, why would we change it? But we always adjust it a little bit. And so the faithful here we go people, he does say here we go at times, and at times he doesn't.
Here we go. So they're going to go to Omaha.
Well, but again, I mean, I think it's Captain Obvious, but the follow-up question, why do you want to mix up the cadences?
Just to give yourself an advantage. It's the biggest thing is for your opponents in the division, but also every defensive line coach in the league, they listen to audio of, It's legal, illegal, but they all listen to it. So they get on to cadence rhythms and things like that. And so Dak's cadence is incredible. Not just the here we go part. I think you saw us get a free play yesterday where he got him to jump and we threw a ball to Terp. It's one of the best things that he does, man. And so we're going to let him do that. And but like everything we do, we're going to be multiple.
You know what I noticed about Schottenheimer? Everybody's got a nickname. Everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a player he mentions that doesn't have a nickname.
Well, sure.
Terp. K9.
You realize that's sports.
Why? Is it? Everybody's got a nickname?
Pretty much everybody has a nickname. I mean, everybody on the offensive line is named Tyler. You can't. Hey, Tyler. They're all
I get
going to
that.
turn
Why?
around.
We got a TB and a TG and a TS.
Yeah, all of it. And a Terrence Steele, you got 2 TSs.
2 TSs.
Yes.
Wow. They probably just calls him Steely. Hey, Steely.
We'll have to ask Terrence what his nickname is. I mean, if you remember, who was the defensive coordinator? Oh, Rod Marinelli.
Uh-huh.
Every one of the nicknames that he had for his dudes, we could not say on the radio. We did. Rob and I did a bit with him one time because he would literally sit down in front of us and he was talking, and off the air, it's this, it's that. And I'm like, well, I can't use that nickname. And we were trying, is there a nickname for a guy? Pledge, you remember that? And he couldn't come up with one player that he could actually say their nickname.
Not a single one.
Not a single one. Not a single one. Which was interesting. Now, he was a history buff, and he talk about history all day long, but ask about player names, and then he would catch himself what he calls them, and then what is actually the real name. So he was big on 71 or 38, because what he would normally say he could not say on the radio. is funny.
It is funny.
Now we look at Here We Go is going to stick around. What I find interesting there is one of the reasons Mike McCarthy went to Here We Go for Dak Prescott was in training camp a few years ago, and they kept having all the false start penalties. They couldn't get on the same page. And so how do they do that? Here we go. And so they incorporated that. So it's going to be interesting to see if Dak Prescott and they really go away and go with a different cadence, does that lead to more penalties? And we've seen a very physical training camp at this point. Shotty mentioned there in that last clip, they got the defense to jump off sides because they were doing something different. Penalties are there, and he's okay with aggressive penalties. He is not okay with dumb penalties.
Here's what I would say. There's all types of penalties, right? There's pre-snap penalties, self-inflicted wound penalties where you jump off sides, you false start, legal motion, whatever it is, shaving. Those are unacceptable because we control those. There's going to be combative penalties that are going to happen. A guy's going to get kind of edge and he's going to not want to, but as he's trying to come off the block, he maybe grabs or restricts the guy a little bit. That's going to happen. I do believe that being the most penalized team in the league is not a good thing. I don't condone that. I think we have more discipline. We'll have more discipline than that. And that's going to be coached. And so you got to coach these guys, make sure they understand the rules. But penalties happen, and they're going to happen. There's going to be flags. But the ones that we can control, which are the pre-snap ones and the self-discipline ones, we need to control those and keep those to a minimum.
Dude, those are the ones that have been killing the Cowboys. I mean, those false start penalties and stuff like that have been killing them. And we all looked at McCarthy and said this is an undisciplined football team. And so we'll see if Schottenheimer can fix that, because obviously that's a big priority.
And again, that was the birth, if you will, of Here We Go, was to try to cut down on the pre-snap penalties. Now, we talked about this some yesterday. The happy-go-lucky motivational quote Shotty, right? But then when there was the fight in practice, you saw and heard the video of the coach, a lot of effing this and that, and trying to hold guys accountable. And so I think what we're getting on the podium and what they're getting on the field and in the room, hopefully that accountability is there. I don't know that it was with Mike McCarthy because they were undisciplined, and penalties were a problem under Mike McCarthy the entire time he was head coach. That was one of the major negatives of his time. But when you're winning 12 games, you overlook things like that. And they won 12 games 3 years in a row. So, but there were a lot of undisciplined type penalties. Shoddy needs to be able to clean that up. You got to fight on the second day. You're not even in pads yet. You're not even tired of each other yet.
Exactly.
And you listen to Shoddy and we're all this family lovey-dovey crap. And then you go out there and you get a fight. He did talk about fighting during training camp today.
Did you guys hear what I said?
Yeah,
no, here's the deal. I definitely will not. My wife was already on me last night about a few things I said. Here's the deal. I love the intensity. I love the intensity. These guys are working their asses off. I love that. But again, like we've talked about, there's a tempo that we discuss every day. We've talked about it multiple times. There's going to be those events that happen during a game. If you throw a punch, you're getting kicked out of the game. And along with that, you're getting fined about $45,000. So do we have the discipline to, when those things happen, not only not throw a punch, but sometimes it's better to go and grab your own guy. Go and grab your player, your brother, and pull him out of the fray so he doesn't do anything messed up. But I love the way they're practicing, but it went too far. And I had warned them before, and I've made it very clear. We're not throwing punches. If you throw a punch, there's going to be a consequence, just like in a game, and you're out of practice. So.
And I love that. And you hold these guys accountable. That's the undisciplined style. What I do want to see, however, and what I know some coaches don't mind fights because of this, I want to see this team be more physical. Because under Mike McCarthy, they were not a physical football team. Not at all. And they need to be more physical. Schottenheimer has said they're going to be a more physical football team. We'll see. That's what I'm watching for. I want to watch that when we get out there next week, and I want to see how they go, especially in pads with the pre-snap penalties and how that works out. Those two things I'm going to be really interested in looking at.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Hey, Gabe, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Howdy.
Gabe must be gone.
All right.
Good call, Gabe.
Hey, I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
Dude, what's wrong with your phone?
I don't know, fellas. I don't know.
I mean,
But
Gabe, we are disciplined at talk show hosts, and when you're not there when we go to you, we tend to move on. I mean, that's a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, we're going to fine you $45,000, buddy.
Well, maybe
Oh my God, guys. Hey, when I was telling Pledge,
this better be a great call.
Okay, well, here we go. So, like I told Pledge, every time you guys play a clip of Brian Schottenheimer, whatever it is, whatever he's talking about, it's so much better than any clip that Mike McCarthy had. I loved Mike McCarthy. I didn't even want him to go. But, man, this guy just sounds so much better. For you guys in the media, he's such a better interview. I think the players are going to like him so much more. I just wanted to tell you guys, like Schottenheimer, I know it's early, but he sounds like he's going to be the Cowboys coach that's going to take us back to the Super Bowl.
Hey, Gabe, where have you been drinking today,
yeah.
man? I know it's almost 5. You've enjoyed happy hour somewhere. You should be here at Retama Park doing that, but I got nothing.
Well, look, maybe he will be. And I love Gabe. Gabe, that's a great call, buddy. But
well, that was a great call.
Well, I don't know about great call, but Shoddy's the guy that's going to lead them back to the Super Bowl. Let's see how many coaches have been in that 30-year period that haven't gotten the job done, including Hall of Famers like Bill Parcells.
I mean, yeah, Parcells. You had Garrett. You also had Chan Gailey, and you had Dave Campo, and Wade Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one. I mean, but you're right. Listening to Schottenheimer, he is a lot more engaging. He is a lot more personable. I mean, play the beginning of that last clip that you just played. Just the very beginning of it, Pledge.
Did you guys hear what I said? No, here's the deal. I definitely
Here's
will
the
not.
deal, man. He reminds me of Will Ferrell,
Here's
you know.
the deal.
Here's the deal. I'm a fighting machine or whatever that quote was, right? I mean, hey, here's the deal. I mean, yeah, sure.
That is just fun. He's about as cheesy as they get. But if he is going to hold these guys accountable, if he's going to make them more physical, then I'm going to buy in. But on the podium, I could do a little bit without the Andy Griffith and Opie routine that he's got going on here.
I mean, he's proud that we all heard him cuss.
Yeah.
Except for he got in trouble with his wife.
Kind of reminds me of Pop. He'd tell those stories too. His wife used to chew him out especially the way he treated us reporters.
Yeah. Or people too.
Well, exactly. And I applauded her for that. That was great.
I mean,
didn't stop him, but I applauded her for it.
One of the comments on YouTube, does his personality win football games?
No, it does not.
No, but you got two different dudes. You got the guy in front of the microphone and you get the guy in the locker room. And we saw a little bit of the locker room shoddy yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we did. And, you know, it just feels like he will seemingly hold guys a little bit more accountable, and we've seen it. Jason Garrett was that way. Jason Garrett would dog Cussy on the football field. We'd see it in practice. I remember telling Jason Garrett one time over a beer at the Rudder Room, where is this Jason Garrett when you're on the show every week? As opposed to no matter what we asked, I felt like he always had like 10 index cards in front of him. And whatever we asked, he would just pick up an index card and read the answer in his Princeton, I'm giving a speech voice.
Well, and that's good. But don't lie to the people over a beer at the Rudder Room. Dude, I've never seen you have a beer at the Rudder Room. All right. It's usually 10 or 12. So don't lie to the people.
Well, he didn't have 10 or 12.
Well, so he only stayed for one of the beers that you had.
Yeah, he was passing through the Rudder Room because that was the only, I mean, this bar that we'll be at, you pass through and you go to the beach. So if you're going to the beach, you pass through, and he stopped and had a beer.
Oh, well, that was nice of him.
Yeah.
Were you on your first at that point in time?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Nor the last.
Never seen Minix have a beer at the Rudder Room or anywhere else for that matter.
I have a beer at a time.
Exactly right. A beer for the first 5 minutes.
This dude over here, Ratama's double fisting iced tea.
Well, he's not even doing a good job with that. That iced tea's been, that's why he's busy.
Exactly. His ice is melting.
He's got 2 glasses.
I mean, why do you get a cup of ice if you're not going to utilize it? It's going to be water before long. He likes watered down tea, apparently.
Well, I tell you what, in case you're wondering, we're watching guys trying to figure out which horse to bet on or horses to bet on. We're at Retama Park. That's where we are. Folks are betting on horses. The simulcast going on. They do have live racing coming up later and a big weekend out here as well. If you got time, if you're in the area, come on by. Come see us. Clubhouse 95. That's where we are, up on the 3rd floor here at Retama Park. We'll continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. Whether you need that logo on a nice golf shirt, a fishing shirt, any kind of shirt, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need T-shirts, screen printed, go see Sam. Especially this time of year, school's about to be in session. If your club, your group, your organization needs gear made, go see Sam. He has all the big name brands. And you think about caps, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike Cap America, to name a few. Nobody has better prices. Sam has all the big name brands, and no order too big, certainly no order too small, and he's the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro. It's about a mile inside Loop 410 across there from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
Looking for a place with character, cold drinks, and real Texas charm? Pull up a chair at the Lion and Rose in the Dominion. This local favorite, run by the Tharp family, serves up Southern hospitality, military pride, and seriously good food. Happy hour daily from 3 till 7 p.m. with $2.50 drafts, select wine, wells, and mimosas. Plus tasty bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Now open at 23330 West I-10. The Lion and Rose.
School's out, summer's in, and that vacation countdown is officially on. But what about your four-legged MVP? Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma has your furry family member covered. Daycare, boarding, grooming, and training, they've got it all. They're built for your pet's health, happiness, and tail-wagging good times. If you're in the military, your teacher, or your first responder, they've got barking good exclusive discounts. So go ahead, book that trip, hit the beach, crush your summer plans. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit has your pet in good hands. Because home away from home isn't just for humans. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits in Selma.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. Pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week. No point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, it is the bad news of the day. WWE superstar and 6-time champion and one of pop culture's most recognizable figures, Hulk Hogan, has passed away at the age of 71. Big scare at the New York Jets training camp. Quarterback Justin Fields suffered a toe injury, was carted off the field. It turns out to be, as reported, a dislocated toe. By the way, the Cowboys do end up playing the Jets this season. Week 5, October 5th.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And we are live here at Retama Park up in Clubhouse 95. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. So happy that you're spending a part of your day here with us. It is Thursday, which means if you get off at 5 o'clock, congrats. Headed home. Friday's here. Might as well be. So congratulations to you. You might want to point your car in the direction of Retama Park and come see us out here. We're obviously on the air till 6 o'clock, but that beer over there is looking mighty tasty.
Yep.
I'm telling you. So about 6 o'clock, I'm going to have them pour me one of those and have some fun with that. I'm Joe. That's Jason. And James, well, he's back in the glass box of fun.
You've got a big night. I'm glad you're going to stick around and have a beer.
I'm going to have a beer. Why are you kidding me? I'm at a bar.
You are.
You think I'm going to walk out of here empty-handed?
Well,
I will
yes,
walk out of here
yes, you
empty-handed,
will.
but not before putting at least one beer down the old gut.
Yes. You got a big night.
Well, kind of.
That little baby's first sniff of beer is going to come tonight.
She might. She better get used to it.
Yeah. Oh, Grandpa's around. I smell him.
Yeah, going to see the newest grandchild. Casey, my daughter's still in the hospital. She had a C-section, is why she is. So they're keeping her for a couple of days, and I think she gets out of there tomorrow, and they'll be able to take the baby home. But Maggie and I are going to go up there tonight and introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
So I don't put on any pretenses, Minix.
Yeah.
I mean, I might as well let her know what she's in for.
Well, that's it.
So,
I mean, born yesterday, you'll finally make time for her today.
All the other, well, I was told when to come. I didn't make that decision. I was told when to go. So, but all the other grandkids know already. What happens at Grandpa's house?
Schottenheimer it's interesting because like there's comments on our YouTube page, and there's all kinds of stuff there on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. But people wanting to know, I'm going to pay close attention to his media sessions after games this year. Claymore, I think it was Claymore, said, I'll decide if I want him fired or not after the first game, right? And you wonder, but his personality is there, right? Was it Gabe with that?
Yeah, he's the one that's going to lead him to the Super Bowl.
I appreciate the optimism, and he is a little bit more refreshing than
typical Cowboy fan.
Certainly,
though,
Mike McCarthy. Certainly, a lot more refreshing to listen to than Jason Garrett. On the podium. And again, I like Jason Garrett. I like Jason Garrett in the media, but, as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, no. And especially with 10 years of that crap. But Schottenheimer I was trying to figure out who he reminds me of. And his answer today, I think pegged it when he was talking about the fight at practice yesterday.
No, here's the deal. I definitely will not. My wife was already on me last night about a few things I said.
See, because wife
here's
is
the deal.
already. Here's the deal. Right?
Here's the deal.
It's Ricky Bobby.
Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last.
That's right.
Yeah, does Shotty not kind of give off the Ricky Bobby vibes?
Little bit. Here's the deal. I don't know. I like the attitude. He's won the press conferences. It just reminds me of, I don't know, Grandpa Walton. He's a little too positive in my mind.
Well, what do you want?
I'm just
saying. You didn't like McCarthy.
I like McCarthy.
McCarthy would talk 20 minutes and not say anything.
I don't think McCarthy, he did a hell of a job last year with nothing to work with. Should have been fired.
Well,
should have been fired the year before.
Exactly. It's interesting. And I appreciate, as honest as a head coach can be, the honesty that you do get from Brian Schottenheimer. You look at the defensive side of the ball, and you got a former head coach in Eberflus that is running things over there. And, Schotty off a very, honest, I think, in the control that Flus has with his philosophy.
Well, we had to move the ball period yesterday, call period, and he definitely adopted that. I was talking to Dorsey. I was like, damn. Is he blitzing us every play? And they've got some really good things in. I think what Flus, his belief is, which I agree with, if you can get home with 4, that's great. If you're struggling to get home with 4, or if teams are trying to max protect, which we're going to get a lot of chip help on the edges to try to knock it, then blitzes become important. So there's no question in my mind that we've got the balance that we can go attack people with 4-man rush and not have to bring an extra rusher. But we also have some exotics that have been extremely difficult for us to pick up. And again, he'll dial them up at the right time.
Well, Flus, he'll do that, yeah. Flus, he'll dial him up.
That's been his nickname his entire NFL life. That's not one that Shotty came up with.
Oh, my goodness. Although I think he did say some guy's name, right, just a few minutes ago, if I'm not mistaken. But that's all right. Look, I think the defense. Look, Eberflus a hell of a defensive coach.
Yep.
I think he sucked as a head coach, but a lot of guys do that. So I think he's a good defensive coach. I think it's a great hire. I really do. The offense should be better. This team should be better than they were last year. I don't think there's any question. Are they good enough to get to where everybody would like for them to go? That remains to be seen. But I think they're going to be an entertaining watch on Sunday afternoon.
You know, we talk about they should be better. I agree with that. But the idea of should be, national media, very mixed on how good the Cowboys can be. Vegas, very mixed. Pro Football Focus, very, very different. Let's talk about that coming up, because the Pro Football Focus grade not being kind to the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, we'll do that, but first we want to talk to John McClain, the general, who's going to talk Houston Texans football when we return from Retama Park here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, Saturday we leave for Oxnard for our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage, and you know nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast because, well, of course you do. Best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail. And you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. They offer a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
The Morning Huddle.
You get the last night with your celly named Big John.
No. When you're on death row, you don't have a celly.
Death by Bunga Bunga.
No. Well, unless that's how you killed someone.
You don't want to go by Bunga Bunga.
If you killed someone by Bunga Bunga, that's how you should have to go.
Right, yeah. That's where Big John comes in.
That's right.
Death by Bunga Bunga.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When it comes to keeping your pumps running smooth, L&S Pump Repair has you covered. 24/7 on-site service for saltwater disposal and pump repairs. From Quintaplex to H-Pumps, they've got parts ready and the skills to get you back in the game fast. Need a whole new pump package? L&S builds custom skid packages too. Don't let knocking pumps or slow flow slow you down. Call L&S Pump Repair, 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
Do you need to get rid of things like furniture, mattresses, tires, and appliances? San Antonio has 4 drop-off centers for residential bulky items conveniently located around the city, open 5 days a week except holidays. Visit sarecycles.org. This service is free for solid waste customers that pay the environmental fee on their CPS energy bill, including customers that live in apartments. Visit sarecycles.org for hours, locations, and accepted materials. That's sarecycles.org.
Hungry after the game? Hit up Tamalitos Restaurant, home of San Antonio's best weekly specials and legendary Taco Tuesdays. Fresh, loaded, and just $1. Tamalitos, local flavor, big taste. 2042 South Callahan Road, right across Missions Baseball Stadium.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Great day to be at Retama Park. That's where we are. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix is here as well. And we're having a great time here at Retama Park and talking a little Cowboys football. We need to switch gears and maybe talk about somebody else.
Well, the Houston Texans have opened their training camp. The general, John McClain, joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. I know it's still early. Pads aren't on yet, but everybody wants to know about the new scheme offensively with the offensive line. I know it's really too early to know anything, but have you noticed anything?
They have used multiple first teams, like yesterday, the first practice. They had their second-round pick, Ariante, I think he goes by Tay Ursery at right tackle, first team. Today they had him at left tackle, first team. The thing that they've gone through the offseason with, they've used different tackles, but their starters are three guys. The left one, Laken Tomlinson, and I don't really understand this. He is 33 years old. He wasn't very good last year, and he was available. And they've had him at left guard all along. They have a center, Jake Andrews, who they got from New England, where he didn't play. The right guard is Titus Howard, who started at left guard last year, right tackle before that. And then the right tackle is Blake Fisher. But so the group that they have out there now, the odds are that they're all not going to be the five starting the first game against the Rams. And they don't have on pads, so they can't hit. And but at least they're having new players right now. That of that group, Blake Fisher had to start, I think, like 5 games last year because of injuries at right tackle. So at least he has NFL starting experience. But the only other guy that started a game last year of those 5 linemen was Titus Howard, right guard. So really, if Fisher's a starting right tackle, he's the only player returning among the top 5 is in the same position. Now, I think that's good. I wouldn't want those guys back that played last year. Now, they got a new coach in Cole Popovich, who was elevated. Players say great things about him. They're going on and on about the new coordinator, Nick Caley. And I do TV here every day on the Fox station. And they're like, man, all those great things. And I'm Debbie Downer because I said, weren't they saying the same thing about Bobby Slowick the last 2 years? And they're like, yes, they were. So the proof will be in the pudding, and we're not going to see any pudding until they start the regular season at the Rams. We're not going to see play calls. We'll see blocking schemes, and we'll watch those linemen. I'm also interested in wide receivers Because remember, people talk about C.J. Stroud taking a step back. And how about Nico Collins, the starting receiver, missed 5 games. Tank Dell was gone at the last month. And then Stephon Diggs blew out his knee and missed 9 games. So you take out the 3 starting receivers for that many games, it's going to affect a quarterback, especially when that quarterback is being besieged at just about every snap. So we're watching 3 new receivers, 1 veteran in Christian Kirk, and 2nd and 3rd round picks in Jaden Daniels and Jalen Noel. And so right now, because the linemen can't hit, all we really do is watch the balls. We're watching the skill position players, and we're watching the defensive backs because Texans could have the best secondary in the NFL.
You know, John, just that, what you said, and then the success that the Texans had last year with all the problems with the offensive line and all of that stuff. I'm looking at Pro Football Focus, and they've got the Houston Texans, or the betting line is 9.5 for a win total. To me, I look at that Houston Texans team, and if that offensive line is just a little bit better, with the running backs that are there, I know Mixon is still not participating, but I think this team is a lot better than 9.5. What do you think?
I think the Athletic, compared to Pro Football Focus, took that 9.5 and had them number 1 that of all the teams that have the best chance to beat those odds are the Texans. So take the Texans on the over. And I think last year, I don't know if they were 10. People had such high hopes for them. But the only way, somebody asked me this question on the show last week, what is a way that the Texans could lose the AFC South? And I thought about it. I said, the only way I could see that happening is if C.J. Stroud suffered a season-ending injury and Davis Mills became their starting quarterback like he was in 2022 and 21. So they're in what looks like an easy division. They should dominate it again, and their schedule's not as difficult as last year. So I think that's a good bet, Joe.
You know, it is. And again, like you said, CJ being CJ and the offensive line being somewhat coherent, right? And, you know, seemed like yesterday in practice, it was very run heavy for the Texans. But what concerns me is, I realize it's still early in training camp, but if you're shuffling offensive linemen from left tackle to right tackle, you know, and I know there's a position battle going on, but I would have thought that would have been worked out there in mini camps and OTAs. So you start training camp, especially with the rookie, if he's going to be the right tackle, let him get all the reps at right as opposed to some at right and some at left to see where he fits.
I don't like that at all because he played left tackle. And people may think, well, there's no big deal. Tackle's tackle. No, it is a big deal. I remember when Eric Winston in 2006 was a 3rd-round pick, and he had played left tackle at Miami his whole career, and they moved him to right tackle. And he talked about the adjustment period he went through as a rookie starter and laid it all out, hand placement, feet, which foot goes first. It's all the exact opposite. Now, he adjusted after that first season. He was really good right tackle, but I don't like moving a guy. It's not like that. It's not like Laramie Tunsil's still here. Competition at left tackles, Cam Robinson. He's on a 1-year deal. He gets $12 million. He's got a lot of incentive to play well. But if you read Pro Football Focus and Next Gen Stats, these guys they brought in like Cam Robinson, Lakin Tomlinson. You look at those guys, and they didn't have, not one of them was graded as having a good season. Now the Texans are taking a big chance that coaching and scheme will help these guys play better. Now during their career, Cam Robinson's played well at Jacksonville at times. Lakin Tomlinson's played well at times, but I don't like moving Titus Howard to a 3rd position. I don't like taking a rookie who's never played right tackle and moving him unless there is a good left tackle, which there's not at this moment. So they ran, you know, I was asked on the show last night about how can the Texans run the ball better? I said, well, Joe Mixon was great last year. He missed 3 games after 2 hip drop tackles, and he was on pace for 1,400 yards. He's a good receiver. He's had double-digit touchdowns, which he'd done the year before in Cincinnati. Problem wasn't Mixon. The problem was when he wasn't out. When he wasn't out there, and he missed 3 full games and parts of 2 others when he got those cheap shots, and they didn't have anybody to back him up. And Nick Chubb, I've seen videos of Mixon working out and Chubb working out. And Mixon now is on non-football injury list, which means he can come off any day or he could be on there a while. But Chubb, at least in these videos of him working out, looked really good. Mixon is 28. He'll turn 29 this season, and then Chubb's 29. They're hoping that they'll both be available. And if one of them gets hurt, hopefully they don't get hurt at the same time. And then we're rookie Woody Marks, a 4th-round pick, or Dore Ogunbowale, and then they're in trouble.
Yeah, I'm
Good
glad
job
you
on
could
that.
say that.
Yeah.
That was great, John. Very good. Yeah, part of training camp, especially this time. Now, when they get pads on, you can see a lot more. But with the new offensive coordinator and the new offense that's being installed, you got to have the players buy in. I'm reading an article here that Nico Collins seems to be very high on what's being done.
Yeah, well, he was high on what's being done last year, and he was high on what's being done the year before. Now, I'll say this about Nick Caley. And the reason Bobby Slowick was fired after a second season, when they went 10-7, won the division and beat up the Chargers in the wild card game, and they were trailing the Chiefs by 1 point in the divisional round at Kansas City, even though they couldn't protect Stroud. He was sacked 8 times. Is Slowick did not handle well what opposing defensive coordinators were doing to his offense after using the first off season to study the Texans and change their strategy. He didn't adjust and change his strategy. They were sticking with it, the same things. And then what I heard was, the players would say, hey, why don't we try this? Why don't we try that? And he wouldn't do it. Same way with their line coach, Chris Strasser. The backup line coach, Cole Popovich, had things he thought they should do, and he didn't do them. So he's fired too, and now Popovich has been promoted. But one of the things about Nick Caley is he spent 10 years with the Patriots, so he worked with Josh McDaniels. And we hear Josh McDaniels and we go, oh, my God, one of the worst coaches in history. Well, he was one of the head coaches, but as an offensive coordinator, he was good. Now, of course, we could coach well if we coached Brady. But then Caley went to the Rams and coached under Sean McVay the last 2 years. So we're assuming they will use more of McVay than McDaniels. And one of the things McVay does is he likes a pocket passer. He puts a lot on the quarterback's plate. Audibles, adjustments coming out of the huddle. Stroud talks about how much he loves it, but he's got to prove that he can operate that way. That's one reason McVay got rid of Jared Goff after they went to the Super Bowl. Is Goff was still young, and obviously thought Matthew Stafford would be better at it. They make the trade and they win a Super Bowl. So there's going to be a lot on his plate, and can't wait to see how he handles it. But once again, we're not going to know till they get to the regular season, and they'll run more gaps and gap running than they did last year, and I think that's good.
John McClain joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. We leave Saturday, John, to go to Oxnard. We do have our hoodies ready to go. Pads go on for the Cowboys on Sunday.
I feel sorry. Sorry for y'all.
I mean, look, work. But I mean, the Texans will sweat in places they didn't know they had for a while. But you guys are going to the Greenbrier. That's a pretty nice place to go spend a couple of days, is it not?
Well, yes, it is. I'm not going, but it's great. Speaking of sweating in places you don't know, I spent the weekend in San Antonio at the coaching school. Had a great time indoors. Is there a street in downtown San Antonio that is not undergoing road work that might be done in 10 years?
No,
No.
it's brutal.
We were in the Hilton last year. We're in the Marriott, and there's new Hilton being built across the street. And when we were talking to the valet, because of the jackhammers, we were having to scream. And we walked all over. I walked from the Hilton to the convention center on Sunday for the big kickoff Division I coaches panel that Craig Way hosted. And I was soaking wet. And of course, I stunk like crazy. Then we walked down to the Brenner's Steakhouse. We get in a private room. There's 17 of us, Gridiron Legends, and we were all stinking like crazy. So I'm thinking, San Antonio, while you're doing those streets, build an underground where people can walk and not sweat so much. When I was there for all those training camps and I was young and in shape, I didn't think twice about it. And now that I'm old and out of shape, I've had over 10,000 steps both days. So I probably should move there for the summer and see if I can keep doing that. But the food was great. The people were great.
But
the construction was not.
The construction sucks. And I mean, it's hot. It's Texas. It's San Antonio. It's July. But the humidity here is not near what it is in Houston. Could you imagine if you were making those same walks in Houston?
Well, I was walking all over training camp the last 2 days, and I was sweating, but not like I did when I was in San Antonio. Maybe a lot of it had to do because I had to dress nicer instead of shorts and T-shirts. But we had a blast. I can't wait to come back. Everything was great, as always, except the construction. And I want to thank everybody from San Antonio. Put on a great show at the coaching school. I wish it were there every year. It'll be here next year. And considering those streets, you guys maybe both of y'all might be on the other side of the grass when they finish that construction.
I mean, it's like construction on I-35. I could tell you that. And just wait until they start building Project Marvel, the new Spurs arena downtown. Construction sucks.
Where's that going to be? Where were that going to be?
I mean, I'm trying to, if you know, Santa, you were at the convention center, the Institute of Texan Culture, that's going to go away, and that's where the new arena will go, right down there near where the tower is.
Right across the street from the Alamo Dome.
Okay, they should start right now.
Well, they got to approve it by the voters first, and then we'll start that thing.
coming soon. John, I mean, that was just downtown construction. I mean, you could have gone out I-10 and found some cones. You could have gone on 1604, 281.
Pretty much anywhere.
This whole city is under construction.
It made me feel right at home.
Yep, exactly. John, always appreciate it, my friend. Make sure you're following John on Twitter at McLean_on_NFL. John McLean and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
John McLean, he's one of a kind, that guy.
He really is. Elle Duncan is that way, too. She's one of a kind.
She is one of a kind.
Oh, she is. She had some things to say that got her in a little bit of hot water, maybe at the WNBA All-Star game. She has responded. It is hilarious.
Well, I guess we'll hear from Elle Duncan when we return. We're live at Retama Park. We're in Clubhouse 95. Everybody's having a great time, betting on some horses, having some cold beer and drinks, and, well, we're watching them do it, unfortunately.
But it
won't be too long, so come back with us. We'll talk Elle Duncan and who knows what else. Live from Retama Park, this is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're ever in need of an electrician, Hill Electric is available for you for both residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my house through the years, and they do fantastic work. They put a spotlight over one of my grills outside, extra outlets in the garage because, the builder never does. Dimmer lights in the living room. I had an emergency situation a couple weeks ago with a chandelier that fell. They fixed that because that is what Hill Electric does. For well over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whatever your project is, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. So call Hill Electric at 210 404-9074, 404-9074, or online, hill-electric.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, Dallas Cowboy training camp continues. We're almost there, but Micah, will he be there when we get there?
And a weekend full of sports and fights and fun to preview. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
So we do a giveaway, GiveMeTheVin.com. Every month we're giving away $25,000 to one lucky person that sells us their car. Karen, you there?
I'm here.
Karen Gardner of Oceanside, California is the latest winner in GiveMeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway.
What did you sell us?
I sold you a 95 Impala.
And what did we pay you for it?
You guys gave me 18.
18 plus 25,000 because you're the winner, Karen.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
You could be next to get a little more, maybe a lot more.
You guys are awesome. Keep it up.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com. Sell us your car.
It's Jason and Joe from the Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend.
The Blitz will be live at Circa August 21st and 22nd, and then we're staying for the weekend. Come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor and Circa Million are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas.
Details and discounted rooms with promo code BLITZ available online at sasportstar.com.
Are you ready for the all-new Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glowing Fire? Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Trucks fly, crash, and smash. Thanks to Good to Crow, kids' ticket prices half off. Coming July 26th and 27th to Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Vacation mode? Check. Don't forget your furry friend. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma offers daycare, boarding, grooming, and more. Discounts for military, teachers, and first responders. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit, where pets play, stay, and feel at home.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Looking for a place with character, cold drinks, and real Texas charm? Pull up a chair at the Lion and Rose in the Dominion. This local favorite, run by the Tharp family, serves up Southern hospitality, military pride, and seriously good food. Happy hour daily from 3 till 7 p.m. with $2.50 drafts, select wine, wells, and mimosas. Plus, tasty bites from just $5. Big screens, bold flavors, and a patio made for post-game hangs. Now open at 23330 West I-10. The Lion and Rose.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. The offer ends soon. Call Connecticut today.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive, Saturday, August 2nd from 11 till 1 or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children while supplies last, so don't be late. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by Las Palapas, Array, the College of Healthcare Professionals, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's been quite the day at Retama Park. That's where we've been all afternoon, having a great time, watching folks make bets and drink beer. And, well, that's kind of what we do, isn't it?
That's it. We're 18 minutes away from a cold
18 minutes away. Not bad. Retama Park, by the way, you're looking for some weekend plans, you need to point your car this direction. A lot happening out here at Retama Park this weekend. Tomorrow you got the Summer Showdown, 7 incredible stakes races, and then Saturday night, Retama Park Derby and the $650,000 TQHA Futurity Race. And you go buy a quarter horse tomorrow or Saturday at a Freeman Coliseum and maybe enter it next year.
A big horse sale. And, it's interesting is you see people that get up and leave. This young lady that's clearing the table, there's got to be about 20 tickets sitting there.
And they're all losers?
Well, I mean, if they were winners, they wouldn't be sitting there.
Look, she feels bad for the guy.
I'm curious. Do you ever go double check just to make sure?
Yeah.
She
does.
Like maybe that guy is an idiot and just left.
The guy over there with all the iced tea that he's not drinking.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him get up to make a bet. Now, I don't know if he has something on his phone. Maybe he bets that way.
You're more impressed you haven't seen him get up to pee.
Well, he does. He hasn't drank any of that stuff.
He just has it in front of him?
Just in front of him. So I'm not drinking. I got a flask right here. This is just for, I don't know if he does or not, but.
I know you probably didn't watch the WNBA All-Star game, did you, Joe?
I did not. No, I missed it. I was sad. I recorded it, though.
The liar. I was at the beach. I didn't watch it, but apparently there wasn't a whole lot of defense played in the first half of the game. And L. Duncan made a funny in talking about the lack of defense.
All right. Well, again, we hope it gets a little bit more competitive because like a girls trip to Cancun right now, there's no D. It's a 22-point game for Team Collier. That's a walk-off. Sabrina Ionescu, there she is from the 4-point circle. Second half action from Cambridge Field.
Enough of the analysis. I mean, that's funny.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
Now, by that, does she mean there's no defense in Cancun or there's no D?
I think you know exactly what that means.
Well, I'm saying if it's a girls' trip, unless all those girls are married, or they might be hoping there's a little D.
I mean, there's the search for, but okay. I mean, I think you understand what she means there,
all right?
I mean. When you go off fifth grade here, when you find it funny, she does, and you want to analyze what the joke actually means.
I want to make sure I'm in on the joke. That's all.
Yeah, you are the joke. I mean, yes. I mean that's what it is. That's funny. Well, I find it funny. Apparently, not a lot of people did. So, of all places, she goes on Levitard's show. And, she defends herself saying what we all know, girls say crude jokes too.
My thing with the Cancun joke is, I feel like whenever I say something, it's like sometimes like a reintroduction for some people who clearly don't know me or my work over the last 10 years. I'm like, bro, I said on air one time that if you celebrate too early, it's called premature ejaculation. Like, I can't actually imagine that this is worse than that. Like, I feel like I constantly have to remind people I have been saying things like this for the 10 years that I've been at ESPN. So I thought it was silly. I thought it was funny. Some people disagree. Some people definitely agree. But
people need to get a life, all right? Because people can't take a joke anymore, and that's sad. I thought what she said was hilarious.
It is hilarious, and those that can't take it, the outrage she calls a double standard.
It does actually make sense that people would be outraged and up in arms that you would make a joke. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it makes total sense to me. I personally think it's a double standard, but it is what it is. I also think that there is a disingenuous faction of the media who look for any reason to get me fired or any reason to like rage bait. Like they just wait. And I think those are the people that had probably the strongest reaction.
Well, and that's true. And especially, those national folks like that. Because look, people listen to this show, and maybe there's some that don't on a regular basis and maybe get like, oh my God, I can't believe Ryan Eagle just said that. It's like, it's all fun and games.
Although, and again, if you've watched Elle Duncan, and I've been a big fan of hers for a long time, she does that. Now, some might say time and place. If you're doing on-court analysis, maybe that's not the place. A talk show host can do that. Michelle Beadle dealt with that a lot.
Yeah.
Things that you would say on a talk show versus things she would say on a studio show, the setting. And, because if you're listening to a talk show, that's part of what you're coming for is the personality. If you're watching a basketball game, it's more for the analysis. So I could see where some time and place, but for her to say it, I thought it was funny. And I think we all know exactly what that means, except Joe Reinagle, who needs a diagram.
Well, now I do, because Le Batard was bleeped out, so I'm pretty sure he said the D word.
He did.
Yeah, so I get it now. You could have gone with a no defense because you're not trying to put up a fight, right? If you're a girls trip in Cancun, no defense.
So you're saying easy?
Right.
No,
I don't know.
I think that would be the complete opposite.
I don't know if Elle Duncan is married or not, or any of the girls she went with. If they're married, then yeah, you don't want any D because you don't want to be unfaithful. Good for you, Elle.
Stop digging. Another D word. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord.
Good stuff.
You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We get you ready for the weekend. We call it What's on Tap, brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. Go to samsburgerjoint.com where you can get your tickets to any of the shows, see their whole calendar, their menu. They've got live music tonight, Abyss of Bliss, and Any Color You Like. Friday night, Ballyhoo. Saturday, Lemon Yellow Sun, a tribute to Pearl Jam. On Sunday, the Iron Maidens.
Nice. Very nice. Thursday tonight, Green Hall, Roger Krager's birthday show. Says he's got the full band there. I would assume he's always got the full band there.
Yeah, sometimes he might do acoustic, especially a Thursday night at Green.
All right. Tobin Center tonight, the SA Film Festival Day 3. Charlie McCombs Theater, Empire Theater, Joe Petta, Comedy, the Pettas Tour, all dried up summer tour. Rockbox has the Archers. Love Island party is at the Brass Monkey. The Missions are taking on the Midland Rockhounds out at the Wolf. And Big Al Gonzalez at the LL Comedy Club.
Now, Pledge, did you put Brass Monkey's Love Island watch party on here? Because that's where you're going later.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's a Love. Oh, my God.
I mean, my kid in Scottsdale, Arizona, standing room only, lines to get in, crazy watch parties for Love Island, which I don't understand.
It's soft porn. That's why.
Is that why you watch?
I have no idea. I don't watch.
Friday night, Green Hall, Roger Krager's birthday show for a second night in a row. Friday morning, you can get out to the Freeman Coliseum for the Texas Quarter Horse Association annual yearling sale. ACL Live has Hidden Brain, Moody Center, Phil Wickham, and Brandon Lake. Rockbox has Death Pop, Passing Strangers out at Picks.
Always good.
The Missions taking on Midland out at Wolf Stadium.
Saturday night, Roger Krager's birthday show continues out there. Floor's Country Store has Ty Myers, the Select Tour. Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow and Fire happening at the Frost Bank Center on Saturday night. Majestic Theater has Chris Isaac. Wow, that's interesting. ACL Live on Saturday night. The Fray, How to Save a Life, the 20th anniversary tour. The 2025 Texas Quarter Horse Association annual yearling sale continues out of Freeman Coliseum Saturday morning. Paper Tiger has Marauder, Rockbox Orthodox, and Mike Epps at the LOL Comedy Club.
Sunday, the Hot Wheels Monster Truck Deal continues out of Frost Bank Center. Majestic Theater on Sunday. It's a shame you're going to miss this because we're going to be at the Rudder Room in California. Air Supply, the 50th anniversary celebration.
Yeah, I've never seen Air Supply. I saw the Little River Band once.
Well, what does that have to do with Air Supply?
Well, it's kind of the same music.
But it's not.
Well, it's not but
not
it's
the same dudes.
Genre.
Uh-huh.
Same mellow, put you to sleep kind of stuff.
Uh-huh. Sounds like a great Sunday night.
Wait,
get a good night's sleep to start the week on Monday. The Empire Theater has Magic of Motown. The Motowners are playing out there, and Mike Epps continues out at LOL Comedy Club.
Monday night, you want to head out to Green Hall, you get to listen to Jordan Minor and his band.
Tuesday up in Austin, Germania Insurance Amphitheater has Wiz Khalifa.
Wow.
2 tons of steel are at Green Hall for 2 Ton Tuesday.
Very nice. That's always good. 2 tons of steel.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. A lot happening this weekend.
What's on tap brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com.
We'll be at the Rudder Room.
We'll be at the Rudder Room. We get to Oxnard on Saturday as we head out there for our AA Best Bail Bonds Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage. And first day of pads go on Sunday. Although Jerry Jones, whether it's a Mike, whatever the Cowboys do, it is going to lead Sports Center. It's going to lead Get Up in the Morning, Sports Center tonight, First Take tomorrow. Stephen A. Smith might actually come back from vacation early after what Dak Prescott said today.
Uh-huh.
Dak Prescott said today a lot of things about winning a Super Bowl and what drives him. There's F words in there. There's all kinds of stuff.
I know. Dak's getting tough.
I mean,
is this a shoddy?
He's listening to his coach. I mean, I would imagine you're going to hear all night tonight and all day tomorrow because Dak just said this, or we'd be playing the audio too, about winning the Super Bowl, and that's what drives him. It is fantastic.
Well, he hasn't been very driven lately, has he?
What do you mean he hasn't been very driven?
Obviously, winning the Super Bowl drives him. He hadn't won one.
Well, I mean, it's still motivation to go get one. I mean, you're going to make fun of this, aren't you?
No, I'm just saying. I mean,
I might have to call in sick tomorrow if I hear you bash on Dak Prescott saying he wants to win a Super Bowl.
You really should. I'd call in sick if I were you.
Did I?
Yeah, you're getting a little peaky, a little warm.
I'm not coming to work tomorrow.
That's right.
Screw that.
We get to suck on that all week.
Gonna be fun. Pledge, you got a show tonight?
Yes, sir. Full hour.
A full hour of extra innings with Pledge. That's coming up next. Of course, the fellas in the morning, AJ and Rob on the Morning Huddle. They'll get you started at 6 o'clock. And, well, I'll be here tomorrow at 2.
Not me.
Pledge will be here tomorrow at 2. And Dak Prescott will be there tomorrow at 2. In some form or fashion, that's for sure. Appreciate the folks here at Retama Park for having us. It's been a blast. Hope you guys have a great Thursday night. We'll see you tomorrow.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTL.